All right, we are live. As usual, Jody sets all this shit up, puts it in motion. Hey, guys, let's get back together. John's going to do this, and so-and-so is going to do that. And can you stream? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's do it all. So then I do it. And then, I get this text with 4 minutes to go. Hey, man, I'm going to smoke a cigarette, take a piss, and I'll mosey in when I mosey in. Same shit with Rubberneckers. I'd be sitting here waiting to go, ready to go. And I would say, hey, we're going at 9 o'clock. If you're not there, I'm going without you. I don't care. The music be playing. All of a sudden, he'd come screaming in under the music, and then off we would go.
You went out there to smoke a doobie. Lost track of time.
I'm excited to see what his lighting is going to be, him and Almy, what they're going to do.
They're always in like some kind of weird red light district, like back room is what it looks like.
Then Almy says to me, he texts, I can't get my kid down. That's what Benadryl's for. Get that Benadryl dart.
Well, that's what mama's for usually.
Yeah, put that baby in a room, let it cry itself to sleep.
No.
That's the rule.
His are still pretty little. Gunner, I wouldn't leave Gunner when he was, aren't they? They're like 5 and under, right?
I don't know.
How the hell do we live? I was threatened as a child. You go to bed, I hear one word out of you, I'm coming in with the belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were locked. We were just put in our room.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. My mom and I feel like I got stories and stuff read to me, but I used to like straight up lay down with Gunner until he fell asleep.
Yeah, my ex-wife used the same thing with my kids. She would go upstairs and lay down until they would fall, and then she would creep out of the room. And I said, "Why are we doing this?" And I kind of blame that kind of parenting on the situation with the people that we have now. They're spoiled. They have, they haven't had any kind of grit in their life. You know what I mean? They haven't had to grit anything out.
Well,
I don't know.
So what? Shit, I just lost it. I wanted to ask you: is Who's Right still going? They still killing?
They are. Yeah, man, they're doing great.
Love it.
They still have that like incel army or whatever.
They've got themselves. Hey, you know what?
Quite following.
Hold on.
Interesting crowd.
Hey, Duchess, if you want to come on, I will send you the link. I will text you the link right now.
Watsky or
Which
the other Duchess?
Duchess is not Watsky's Duchess. This is the Duchess of New Jersey.
Gotcha. Yep.
She is my co-host with the Boomer Bunker. Hang on, let me get my text.
Yeah, I knew there was another Duchess.
Right.
The
other Duchess kind of gets a little I don't know, she gets a little testy when you tell her.
She was the first Duchess in like in this podcasting group.
I know. I get it.
Yeah, and old Watsky's not coming on.
Here he comes.
Oh.
There he is, all glossy with his.
Oh, he's got a rave in there.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
What up?
I'm not the latest asshole. That's nice.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect anything less than you showing up late like you do.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, man, let's get all this thing together. All right, let's 9 o'clock. All right, everybody do the thing. All right, let's get it done.
Look at this whole fucking setup we got here with the Fowlers. That's nice.
Yeah, I said
savages, sons. Hell, Uncle Randy don't fuck with that pussy shit no more, sons. All right, professional setup. That's all there is. Goddamn, there's
I told him
nothing less.
Joe B called and said he wants his studio back.
Oh, God damn it. Now, don't disrespect a man like that. He doesn't just have wood pasted to the wall behind him.
No,
cow head.
Damn,
this is a giant piece of wood.
Joe B, he's not allowed to podcast. He's not even allowed to mention the word, sons.
Him and his wife stayed together, right?
Well, I don't know, sons. I'd like to do a whole damn show on that. We can break that down real good.
Bob.
The marital woes of podcasting.
Oh, I call it the plight of the podcaster's wife.
Bob also. Bob's another guy. Hold on, Bob. I'll send you the link too.
Oh, and Bob, sons.
Yeah, and Dave. Dave got a divorce.
Dave got it. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Man Brain?
Wow.
Man Brain got a divorce. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about
is he
that.
with Blunt Mommy? Did they figure it out?
No.
Hey, look here, Uncle Randy. I brought something just for you.
Oh, Saturdays.
Oh, tits.
Nice. So Dave and Blunt Mommy did find each other in love, huh?
No, he's in Australia and she's in Louisiana.
Jody B, where is Blunt Mommy, sons? And is she still pulling her butt apart?
I see her on Snapchat all the time.
I think Baton Rouge. If I had to guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's in Baton Rouge, and she pops up on my Snapchat stories.
we don't really talk anymore ever since we drove her fucking co-host insane, and then she blamed us, and then we don't really
Well,
talk.
wait. First of all,
Wait, the guy?
she drove her co-host insane,
That's fair.
and then we took the video of it and just laughed and broke his balls,
We showed it to our friends, and then they laughed,
and they
played
laughed
it on
and
their
they
show.
laughed.
Which
What
co-host?
happened?
Was it Dave
they
or was that
were-
first one?
They were on this show called Secular Something.
Simple blasphemy.
Simple Blasphemy. I was close.
Yeah, that was later. That was the late
Oh,
one.
okay.
That was when she was just using them when she wouldn't have a boyfriend. She would go on
Yeah.
and talk about sex and
She
stuff.
would be
and
like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right. And there was a guy in there that I used to call Pigtails because he always wore these two pippy
His name
stocking
was Zach Green.
Interesting.
pigtails. And she said something and he lost. I mean, he did a Jamingo style rant. And that's where I got this. Racism. So
What are my good fucking thoughts, man?
good thought. Yeah,
Wow.
Dave wrote a song. I wish I had it. Dave wrote a song using all the shit that he was screaming.
Oh, Dave is good for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And and that ended the show. That was the
Wow.
last episode.
They deleted that episode and then never
In their
podcasted.
podcast.
Never podcasted again.
Well, that was the
Wow.
hard part about her whole stick, right? Was that she would want to do shit crazy and then have it taken down, like when she regretted it. Like, it wasn't genuine.
No.
Oh, she would. This is what happened with Blunt Mommy. Blunt Mommy would come on and she would act like a whore,
Oh my.
and then she would get some guy. She would
Yep.
be here comes
To
the
be her
Duchess.
producer.
So Duchess, this is Uncle Randy and his lovely wife Brooke.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
I follow Uncle Randy on Facebook, but it's nice to see you.
Nice to see
I
you.
can't say hi like that because then the dogs think that somebody's entering the house. Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's,
God.
that's Dan, Jody. That's our rescue.
Oh.
Old animal.
So then she would hook up with this guy, and then she would have to realize that she can't be a whore online. So then she would rip down all her podcasts and delete them because she didn't know how to. She didn't know how to just take them down without deleting them. And then after
Oh
she
my
got,
God.
after this guy used her like a cum rag, then she could put them back up again.
Charming.
You
Such a
remember,
way with words, Mr. Jamingo.
you remember when the dude put the dildo on his head
Wait, what?
that she was dating and regretted it, Jody?
Mhm. It was a
Who
butt
was
plug.
that? That was Miller Lite. Was that
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, my
Miller, Miller
No.
McFly.
Miller McFly.
Miller
I was,
McFly?
I was about to say Miller McSteve.
For all the pot I smoke, I got a pretty good memory. It's
You
weird.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, Jody. You got
Now-
a fucking killer memory.
But
I
his name
understand you
wasn't
guys are
Philly.
getting mad, but what I just said was I wrong? That's all I want to know.
Oh no, not wrong.
There checks out.
Yeah, it checks out. It checks all the boxes.
Yeah,
There we go. Got to get rid.
it was a.
There was a cry for help in there too, though. Goddamn, let's be honest.
Mhm.
There was a big cry for
Well-
some damage done, sons. There were some issues
An
there,
emotional
some
roller
daddy
coaster.
problems
Are we going to talk about Uncle Randy's Trump fingers? I like that.
all day, sons.
He
All-
does it. He's
all
done that
day.
forever. Yeah.
I remember at some point he was doing Macho Man, where he would reach up and do this like he was doing smoking a doobie,
Or
but
the,
like
like, what is that? What was that? The NWO
No,
thing?
right here. Boom.
Was that
Juicy.
it?
Jody knows all that. Son. He's a wrestling connoisseur. He knows more than me. Hell, he about got me in a fight over the Judy on the pole shit
Oh shit! Yeah.
that was funny.
with old Buff, who's doing well, by the way. Doing
He is
very
forgot
well.
doing great.
Did you guys watch his documentary?
Yeah, the one with Diamond Dallas, him and Butterbean.
Yeah, watch the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it was very good.
And Scotty Riggs was there too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and suppose when Mark's in his right mind, there's no nicer person on earth. But when he's fucked up, just go back and listen to that old Drinks with Larry, sons, and you'll see what he's like when he's
Yeah,
Off
he
the
did good
rock.
on my show because I made a point to catch him in the morning. That's what-
Right.
Who
Yeah.
are we talking about? Who are we talking
Buff
about?
Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell.
He's a wrestler, Jamingo.
Right.
Okay.
Wrestling.
I
You gotta remember
gotcha.
they're in Atlanta, so they're in the heart of WCW country. So this
Yes.
is a dude that Randall just bumped into at the gym one day.
Yeah, he went to high school in Marietta
Yeah.
right down the road. So he's from here.
Marietta, Georgia. That's big boss man country, I think.
It
he
is. That's where
He
it's
worked
Cobb
at Cobb
County.
County Jail,
Yeah.
son, where Uncle Randy did a stretch of 3 days.
Mhm.
3 damn days there, sons. Might as well have been 3 years.
I've been there too.
Uncle
just
Randy
thinking
was in
about-
jail until he decided to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till I'd whipped everybody's ass on my cell block, sons.
He got bored.
That's kind of Chuck Norrisy of you.
Cell block.
Hey, so one thing I wanted to ask before we even get rolling, John, because me and you were touching on it. I don't know if me and you've ever been able to talk about it, Jody, but that I officially ended up getting paid to be Uncle Randy. Have I talked to you about this? Like
I heard
literally
that.
my job now with the plumbing company
I like it.
hired me as Uncle Randy. Pay my salary, son. So it did ended up paying off. I owe you a royalty check.
And you make
sons.
money on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now I get
my best friends make out checks to cash.
That's one thing I haven't been able to do is turn this podcasting into any just to cover the cost. For Christ's sake, I have not been able to do any of that.
Well, you got a lot of equipment, Jimmy. Because if you keep your expenses low, then eventually at 7 years you can cover your ass. That's what I did. It just
He
took
keeps
that long.
subscribing to shit.
Yeah,
He's
or if you
never going to
stop
get
buying more things and then adding more things.
It's
then-
just it, Jamingo. It's the
Out of it.
roadcasters and the OnlyFans accounts and the cables,
So
and
many OnlyFans.
all the
So I-
research you do.
I got to tell
Yes.
you this story, Uncle Randy.
Yep.
So,
I was just going to ask if he knows
Oh
that.
boy.
Fantastic.
so one of the things, like when you see, we do a story and you find this woman who was going to her kids were going to a Christian school, and she was OnlyFans, and she would show up with this OnlyFans sticker and her name at whatever her name was
like on her car.
on her car.
On her
Her
website.
business name. Yeah.
Her
So
OnlyFans
then-
handle. Awesome.
Right. So then they complained about it. So then she got the big sticker. She gave him like the big middle finger
I like
when
that.
she came in. And they basically said, you can't come through the line anymore and drop your kids off. You got to go across the street and walk your kids across because, there's OnlyFans. And you know me, I like to do my research.
You're nothing if not thorough, Jamingo.
Right. So what I would do is I would go to OnlyFans. I would sign up for a month and I would cancel. And I would go through and see what's the deal.
Check out the goods.
Check out the goods.
Yeah.
Well, we would do a lot of stories like this. I was checking out a lot of girls. So then,
for research purposes.
It's research
Yeah.
purposes. Yeah.
Of course. Of
Science.
course.
Should be able to
business.
write it off on your
It's for
taxes.
clients.
For
listen,
work purposes. Yeah.
I toil and soil for my craft.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep your
I mean-
soil over there.
Definitely soiled a lot of socks. I can imagine.
A lot of tissues.
Oh,
So anyhow, well, you started it. So anyhow, I had to do something with my bank. I had a problem where I can't remember if I changed,
were out
I
of
changed
money?
I changed my phone number. and I was-
Insufficient
that's it.
funds.
I changed my phone number and I was locked out of my account because it kept trying to send a text to that old phone number. So I get online with the people and she gets into my account. So she gives me the thing and she gets in my
She's
account.
like, oh.
OnlyFans, OnlyFans, OnlyFans.
how
I'm like,
embarrassing.
God damn.
So it comes over. It like they don't even try and hide it as something else.
No.
Like
No.
Yeah.
Now it's not
Internet.
OF.
Pervert.
Subscription.
Pervert.
Yeah.
Pervert.
yes, exactly. Oh
And I'm
wow.
like, okay. And I'm like, no, not that only. No, this, not that. Oh my God.
Jerk
No,
off
not that
material, jerk
OnlyFans.
off
The
material.
other
She's like-
OnlyFans.
She's like, this dirty old man.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of the $300 phone bill when you were a kid. That you- in the mail.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got complaining to do now.
By the way,
Nice.
I can promise you though that right after she got off the phone with you, she told every friend around.
Oh, she
about your-
screenshotted it. Was like,
about
look
your
at this.
Oh.
Look at this old bastard.
Oh, you're passed around the bank. You're all internal memo now.
Same way when you get surgery though, they look at your wiener. They pull up your dress and check your wiener every time.
I thought
I mean,
about
they
it.
talked about it. They always do it. Jody, when you blew your face off, they looked at your wiener.
A
They
lot.
don't put their face back together. You don't.
Well,
think-
no, they had to put the catheter in too. I had to have a catheter for my neck surgery. So
Catheter.
yeah. Well, then
It's
that's
probably a tough job because when you try to stick something in there, it gets smaller.
right.
hell,
So-
not Uncle Randy, sons.
Like a
Hell,
little
he's
turtle.
sitting on a log, god damn at all times.
So
Huge.
far,
They had
I'm
to
a
jump on it like an alligator, like the crocodile hunter, and wrestle it, put a rag over its eye.
I'm still a
It's
virgin
like
when it
several
comes
people.
to catheterization.
Oh, you never
So-
had one, Jamigo?
Wait a minute. I
Terrible.
haven't been catheterized yet. So I had
That's
a
what he
kidney.
means.
I had a kidney stone the other day, and I was paying T.
Yep.
So I go to the doctors. They go through this whole thing, and the guy says, "Have you ever been cathetered before?" I said, "No, I'm still a virgin." He goes, "Well, let's keep it that way."
Deal.
So,
There's
I'm good with
nothing
it.
worse than the piss after they pull that thing out.
oh,
It'll
I
take
can't
you
even.
to your knees.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't even. Stop
Oh,
saying
we-
that because I'm still having problems in that area.
Oh,
and,
Domingo,
so
here we
I
go.
might have to go. Right?
Oh.
Here's something that only Randy and other people that have been catheterized are going to understand. I heard my dick fart.
Yeah. So I go in
You ever
there.
use a super soaker and like it's running out of water and like you get down to the very bottom and it goes. That's what my dick did in my hand while I was
Yeah.
trying to piss. And then for like the next 2 or 3 after, it was just like the hardest piss you've ever taken, like an explosive piss.
Yeah, it's so it messes you all up, sons. It's a nightmare.
It burns a little too.
It's not
So
pleasant.
she had to hold me up. I almost
Oh,
fell.
I was walking him to the bathroom because he had
How
just
did
had
she hold you
surgery.
up?
Yeah, that's
I-
hilarious. What do you
Yeah,
kickstand? You just grab his nipples and stick your legs out.
he damn near took me down with him, like it because I was just kind of for support walking him to the bathroom, and then he went to go pee, and he like pushed down on my shoulder, and I was like, "Oh god,
Oh.
Oh no!
So
You
what
felt
have
his
we
power.
yeah."
what have we learned? Next time you have to pee, sit down when this happens.
Yeah, good
Oh,
point.
he's not doing that.
No. I'll pee all over the walls and the seat
Just
way,
piss
way before I
just
sit
piss
down.
everywhere before he does that. Yeah,
Fire hose. Just
start pissing in the sink.
that's essentially.
I mean, that's when it's at its best. I wish people would just get honest and realize that for men, they should just put a piss sink in the bathroom.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
best
the right
height.
height.
It's
Yeah.
the best way to do it. You can rest your nuts on it and you can just piss.
Uncle Randy,
Tell me I'm wrong.
You can
you
install
make it
that,
like you don't already do that.
Uncle
right.
Randy,
Never.
Like you,
I've never
here's a
done
good idea. Well, I'm not saying
No.
you, but I'm
Only
pretty
heard
sure
about
a lot of men do.
I'm
No,
a
and he
fan.
just goes in and pisses all over the or all around the toilet.
Listen, I live alone, so I'm a fan of the pee bucket.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
we've heard
Ew.
about that. That is some nasty shit.
Yeah.
son.
Oh no,
So I'll
that's
do
the
it in the
best.
car. I'll do it in the bottle in the car, but next to the bed. that's
Oh,
tough.
so you have someone there with you.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know when it was, like 2016. I got into this stupid thing, and they told you you're supposed to drink half of your weight in ounces in water,
Yeah.
which was over 200 ounces a day. And I was doing this for a month, and I was basically in congestive heart failure because I had so
Yes.
much fluid on me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they
You
take
were
me
drowning
in.
yourself.
They take me
Yeah.
in the hospital, and they put an IV in, and they put a diuretic in my arm. All right, to
Basic. Yeah.
in 4 days, I lost 48 pounds of fluid.
Oh my god, that's still amazing.
All right.
Sounds like my dad. What did my dad
Yeah.
lose that one time he went to the hospital? He lost like
It was a
80
lot,
pounds
yeah.
or something
It was
in
a lot.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. So they said, stop drinking so much water. So the thing was, they're like, we're going to catheterize you. I said, no, I can still make it to the bathroom. And at one time, they came in and they couldn't find me because they were all panicking. And here I had fell asleep on the toilet. And I'm just sitting there with that stupid
Classy fella.
napkin, that drapery they put over the front of you. It was looked like a necktie on me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just sitting there on the toilet with my head against the wall, sound asleep. They come in and go, oh, here he is. And I wake up. I'm like, what happened? And they're like, we thought you left.
I feel it.
Well,
I'm still here.
Since we're talking about medical stuff, this is a good question because this was a recent happening for me, sons. Jody, are you old enough yet? Have you had to have your colonoscopy yet?
No, not yet, sir.
Well, it's coming, sons. It's coming.
I'll let them stuff whatever they want up my ass as long as I don't have cancer. I don't care.
Well, I
just-
know. But, so I
You
had
go to
my
sleep.
my 45, ass check, and they give you the big gallon of shit to drink, right, to clear your colon. It's called your prep, and so I started it. Listen, Uncle Randy doesn't take rules very well. Hell, you all know.
God,
Hell, he
no.
lives by his own rules.
Yes.
So I started drinking the shit, and it's terrible. Quit drinking it. Woke up the next morning when you're about to, we have to leave for the appointment. I still got half the shit to drink, and I haven't even went to the bathroom yet. So I tell Brooke, I'm like, I don't think we're gonna have to push this thing back because I haven't even done anything. So I chugged the rest of it, and about
Oh, no.
10 minutes before we needed to leave, the bottom fell out. Right? So I go in there, handle it, and I'm like, okay, so I think we're good. We need to go, but we have to haul ass there because now I'm a geyser.
Yeah, can I use a pot to sit in while we drive?
And we get there,
Mhm.
and
He was
the
like, "We
nurse
better
checked
hit
me
all
in. I'm
green
like, listen,
lights."
we got to quit all the talking. Where's the shitter? Like, give me to the shitter. So anyway, I
I
have my
think they're used to
colonoscopy
getting that
done.
probably.
I even ate the morning of, and after my colonoscopy, they congratulated me on my prep, sons, because that's
Oh.
how Uncle Randy does shit.
This is a beer slushy.
Tell them if I'm lying. Am I lying, babe?
No, and he had to prep me before we get there. He's like, "Look, keep your mouth shut."
Yeah,
When-
because she sits with me with the nurse. I was like, just let me lie to her. All right, I got it.
and I was like, "That's fine. You just have to like because my face, like, as long as he gives me the heads up, like, keep your face in check. Like, when I'm talking to the nurse, don't be like, bitch.
I can't believe you didn't spray him down like a chocolate milkshake.
Oh, believe me, when I got home, I did, because we don't do that in front of each other, sons. We don't know about bowel movements. So this was our first prep of that.
It's the key to a happy marriage.
And it was
Yes.
very tough.
Some things need to be
So,
private. Yep.
She kept her distance from me during my prep out of respect.
Well,
And
I
I
was
would
like-
do the same for her
Yeah.
when she has to have it.
Yeah, I'm 45 now too.
Because
so I'm
neither
gonna
one of
have
us
to
want to
have it.
hear that
No.
violence. That's not something you want
Gunnar
to
had,
go
like-
lay with nude every night.
I want to say Gunnar, it worked out because Gunnar had like basketball practice or something that
Yeah.
night to
Yeah.
where like I went and everyone's like, oh, where's Randy? I'm like,
On the shitter.
he's got a colonoscopy tomorrow. So he's at home.
He's
On the
unavailable.
toilet.
See, all I
Doing
did was
paperwork.
I didn't have to do that. All I had to do was shit in a box and mail it in.
Well, yeah, they do
That's
that,
different.
but you
They have to
can't
look
get as
for-
good of a result. Like they can't look for the polyps that way. They can look for the traces.
Sure.
But like, my doctor, they want to actually look in the ass. And hell, everybody wants to look at Uncle Randy's ass. Hell, I can't
God,
blame them.
relax.
son.
Probably sold the footage. If I had to
Sold
guess.
tickets.
Jody, did you get new teeth, or are they just that nice and white?
Is it a black light like Ross?
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, it's a black light. My teeth are fucked.
Oh, well, they look good from here. What, the beer slushy? Yeah,
This
so
is the
good.
best I can smile. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but it's one of my biggest, like my surprise things is this part of my lip don't work. So when I smile, it looks like I'm like this. Or a lip.
Yeah,
So,
you look like you should be Sylvester Stallone's son.
if I want to
like-
smile, I got to grab my lip right here and pull it down like this.
Looks like you got a chew in or a dip or whatever they call that.
Actually, I didn't notice it till you pointed it out.
Bob
That's
says
smiling.
they send your turds to China so they can clone you. Hey, you know what they need? The world needs more,
Shitmingo.
the world needs more Jamingos.
I like it.
Shitmingo.
Or as they say in China, Yamango.
God, can you imagine fucking Jamingos turds after a fucking Philly cheesesteak? Yeah.
Oh, they're used to that.
Pretty
His whole
righteous.
system's used to that. There's no. I
Yeah,
don't
that
think
is
they're
true.
really
When you
surprised.
feed it garbage, I know this. I eat Taco Bell; it doesn't do anything. McDonald's, I get McDonald's in the drive-through. I could shit in the bag before I get out of the parking lot. Like that would go through me. But Taco Bell, great. No
Dude,
problem.
you're not lying. There's no lies there. McDonald's has gotten, I think it's poison.
It's poison.
too.
Yeah, that's how I feel every time I eat it now, which is very rare. And I just the other day I stopped. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give me some McDonald's, and I got 5 minutes into it, and I thought I was gonna shit my pants. I go, this is crazy.
Yeah, Uncle Randy, I don't know if you know this, but I'm down today. I'm down 70 pounds from.
Dude, good for you, brother.
You
Yeah.
can really see it in his face. You know, what I'm saying? His
Yes.
neck is slimming up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the problem is, look at this.
That's
Look at
good.
that.
It gives you character.
It's all right.
That's why you got to grow a big beard. That's why
I'm
I
gonna
do
have
it.
to. I'm gonna have to go down and grow the
Cover up
big beard.
gobbler.
Yeah. So, so I got on that Monjaro shit that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
That stuff's a wonder drug. That
Nice.
right there, you don't give a crap about food or fast food or anything like that. You know, today, the problem is I'm a big fan right now of like right now I'm on a diet of watermelon, cantaloupe, and cottage cheese. That's all basically I eat.
I love all that. Those
Love
are great.
cottage
Oh my God. I'm telling you what, I had a Jersey cantaloupe today. It was so good. It was like a religious experience. It was amazing. But yep. So Bob says when John went on, that's when the GLP-1 shortage started. Pretty much. Pretty much.
We need a surplus.
So, are we going to go around the horn about the Trump assassination or what, son?
Well-
Attempt. Yes.
I don't know what you want to talk about because I'm all wrapped up in it, man. I'm balls deep in this Trump assassination.
It relates to my question. Remember, we're going to have a question. Maybe
Okay.
the
What are
Trump
the questions?
assassination. We can talk. Earlier we were talking about just so we have some direction if we need it, and
Right.
they were like, maybe have a question. And my question has to do with politics. So
Mm, very nice.
Okay.
Oh, so that will be for my husband.
Yeah, Almy's still not here though, sons. That's the
No.
issue. Almy's a
Almy-
liar and a fraud.
Exactly.
Tommy hasn't learned how to give his kids a Benny drill yet.
What I
We
say.
taught him my
But you
house.
build up a tolerance, then you gotta keep. Then you gotta. Give
Oh,
them
you don't
shots
use
or
it all
something.
the time, but
Wow.
when you need a Benny, you just pull it right out of the cabinet and go,
That's
here you go,
true.
you little fucker. You're about to take a
Put it
nap.
in like a pill popper. You gotta give them like a little, like
I
here's
say
some candy, and you
You dip
shove it right in
it
there.
like in a dart and you shoot him in the neck.
Yeah, what's the deal with those inner circle guys, sons? Why are they shying away lately? Goddamn.
Well, I thought Watsky said he was going to come because his family's out of town. Like, what
No,
else is he
I
doing?
guess he's just doing
Did he?
shrooms and
Did he?
He's just-
sliding off the planet.
Does he still have his podcast equipment?
I'm sure he had to take it down.
They did break it out the last time we had them on
They-
Rubberneckers. The
Yeah,
ones-
they did break it
We
down.
did. Now Adam called in on some bullshit, and then or maybe he forgot to record. It was one of the two. Maybe he was just on a laptop.
Was
mic.
Adam not have any? He doesn't podcast. He doesn't do Simmons and more.
Are we recording?
Oh, that hasn't been a show in a long.
Do you want to start? And we
Uncle-
can chop up what we have.
Uncle Randy, I can send you the. I can
Okay,
send you
perfect.
the audio.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
going to release it as a Married AF that we haven't done in decades.
Yeah, that's what spawned this whole thing. I'm waiting on some
Really?
late night with Uncle Randy.
Yeah, we got to do it. Brooke, now this is Brooke's first time being in front of the new studio. So she looks comfortable. Hell, I feel like she's ready again.
Got all your experience under your belt. You're a goddamn seasoned producer, Brooke Fowler.
Oh, she,
Yeah. Well, and the only time I've even gotten to be near a podcast with our new setup. I mean, I work in here every day, but like with Randall and like when he's doing his Bruins one, or he had Warren in here, or Gary. Like I'm sitting over here in the corner. They like have me shoved over by the mixer on my.
Oh, so-
Okay.
Randy,
What are we doing here, Uncle
we go.
Randy? I don't want to get a package shot here.
Good lord.
Look.
My
You
goodness.
need two fucking windows.
Save
for
that for your OnlyFans, babe.
I know you got to make money in all venues here, like all options.
I don't know what Bob means. It's hard to
You just-
justify.
that was inappropriate, son.
I don't know. I
Says-
probably have.
Bob
Like,
says it's hard to justify podcasting to nobody for zero profit. I'm not 100% sure what that's all about, but whatever.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think he was talking
Bob, I
about the
sent you-
other podcast going away, Jamingo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I sent you a link, Bob. I don't know if you can get in here or not.
It's a labor
It's
of love.
It's in Discord. It's in Discord. Come on in here and.
it is. None of us are doing this for the
Well, no.
paycheck.
That
Damn
well,
fair.
that's where I
Damn
wanted
it.
to go with it though, was how if you miss the old days, Jody and John, of when we all, because I know John had been going for a while before us, but I don't know how long Jody had been going when we started, but it all kind of felt like we were cutting teeth together.
Yeah,
little
for
bit.
sure. I don't
Um,
miss.
I miss it. I miss it. I'll be honest. The
I
shitty
miss-
ass shows
It
we
was
did.
fun.
I miss the community and the events and setting up fun stuff with all the people. What I don't miss is the fucking grind of trying to do the shit every week because it really
Yeah.
stresses me the fuck out. So I do the podcast when I get ready.
I don't think I've ever stopped. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever stopped when
Not really.
when Brand X stopped. I tried something else, and then I tried something else.
Mhm.
and then I
You quit
tried something
Rubberneckers
else.
for like a week, and then you started the Boom Bear House Bunker Cave or some shit like that. You're like, gotta do something. You never
Bear-
stop.
the Bear Cave podcast. And
Boom Bear House Cake.
The
Yeah,
meatloaf,
some or other.
dipshit, fuckface
yeah,
cast.
I had the Meatloaf podcast. Or
I mean, don't hate the weight or whatever, or suck my weight.
So many.
Yeah,
oh,
John
Hate
did
the
it.
Wait. Yeah, the Hate the
Yeah.
Wait I did for almost 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've done
Yes,
a
I
million
really have
stuff.
never stopped podcasting.
Randall, I had a whole podcast funeral for John when he quit. I was like, we did a eulogy, we laid him to rest, and he sat up like the fucking Undertaker, man. Like, you can't keep this motherfucker.
No
I'm-
better.
I'm like the Jesus Christ of podcasting. I rose from the dead
Yeah.
according to the scriptures. And yeah, so I just kept. But the thing about the Hate the Wait, I kind of really enjoyed. It was probably my most mainstream podcast that I ever did. But after 2 years, like, well, I'm trying to lose weight. It wasn't really working. So I said, okay, I
Wasn't
can't
the
want.
goal to like lose weight? Like it was a, hey, let's talk about what
It
we're
was an
doing.
accountability thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my co-host lost 100 pounds.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Nice. Good for
yeah,
her.
And I was like, I lost like 30, and I was like,
Yeah, I
"Ugh."
remember listening to that a couple times. They're all frozen, baby. I think.
Yeah, you gotta get a napkin, they're gonna be spilling all over. That's what happens with
know.
frozen beer. Put it in a microwave, Randy.
Mike says, "Hey Randall, your moose knuckles showing."
No, that's not. It's called a camel tail, Pellerita.
That's just called a big old dick, son.
Big old
Yeah,
package.
Mine too.
That's just called a big old dick.
Dan, why don't you clean that up, Danimal?
Yeah, Brooke's sitting next to it.
Oh, God. Hey,
Bob
you're gonna
says-
learn today. Remember that from Kevin Hart?
Yeah, we're gonna learn
You're gonna learn today.
Bob says he lost 125 pounds via divorce. Poor Bob. Poor
So,
Bob. Podcasting ruined Bob's marriage.
Well, we were just talking about that before, like
Yeah,
when Jody got on that.
about Joe B.
Joe B.
yeah.
and then Dave, and I mean,
Oh, I know so many divorce podcasters. I've been doing this long enough. I have a collection.
Are we the only married couple that survived it?
Well,
No,
Tommy
Whatskies.
Wutzky.
Yeah, the Westgate system, but they quit
Adam
podcasting.
got married
That's-
during. Well, Adam, does he podcast anymore? Did you say he doesn't? He doesn't do Simmons anymore. So he got married and then stopped.
Right.
Elmy still does stuff. I think it's
Yeah.
late at night after the babies go to bed and stuff.
Yeah.
but he gets it in. So Jason's still hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
But it's it's the guys, and your wife is cool too, and has podcasted with you too, Jody.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think it's the ones that when you invite them in and do it with them, they're more
Yeah.
likely to not be like, quit fucking jerking off with your friends on the internet all the time.
It depends. Sometimes it makes it worse.
It's about balance, I think. Like
It
you
is
just have to learn
absolutely
to-
like everything. I'll do a little baby one.
You got to
Cheers
talk to the
to
person, let them
not
know what you're
divorcing.
doing, and don't just be like, "I'm going to the office for X amount of times and never
Right.
tell them anything," because eventually it will build resentment. That's how it works.
I
Cheers.
remember
Oh, it definitely will.
I tried to get my girlfriend to podcast with me. Nope. She
Yeah.
will not. I've
You dated a podcaster for a minute.
still am. Still
Yeah,
dating. No, I haven't
still.
seen her in 4 years. She's coming next month.
Oh,
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hopefully.
Hell, John, you don't
Nice,
care
John.
whether she does or not. But you are. So.
brush up on your
That's true.
OnlyFans before she can
Brushed up on my
see
only.
you.
That does.
Duchess was here one time when I had the OnlyFans up. She kept walking around the corner and there was a big,
Oh
old,
my God. It was
big old puss staring her in the face. I was like,
What? It was, well, you have giant monitors. I just walked around back and it was like the whole
Oh.
fucking
And it was
monitor.
zoomed all the way in.
It's for research.
It was pretty
purposes.
close. Yeah. Yeah.
Research.
Well, I wasn't aware of how close we were examining it for
Apparently,
like polyps or something.
Oh god.
Oh
It
yes.
was right up there. It was gross.
But that it's not all like sometimes there's OnlyFans for like feet.
Yeah.
my
And,
ex
like,
just asked
and,
me if I'm
like,
paying for
pink.
Blunt Mommy's OnlyFans. I don't think Blunt Mommy had, you know something? I don't think she has an OnlyFans.
I would. She gives the good stuff away for free if you ask.
I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Hell, if she's smart, she would. Hell,
I was just
if
about to
I
say
had
she should.
tits, I'd
I remember
make
the one time
$1
she's
million.
talking to me. She's talking to me on the phone. We're doing a. I guess we're getting ready to do some kind of show.
It was
She's
the
talking to me-
podcast. It was
she-
the
yeah, she's-
second podcast Royal Rumble.
And then she says, I got to go to the bathroom. She takes me to the bathroom. She puts the phone on the floor, pulls her pants down, stands over the thing. I'm like, hello.
Oh, like you were on a video call.
Yeah, on a video
Nice.
call.
Jesus.
It was after the second. You remember I did the podcast Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
and then the second one happened, and it was like a fucking train wreck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
after
Train
show of
wrecks.
that, they were all hanging out and talking shit to each other, and fucking
Uh-huh.
Amanda pissed on camera.
like
Yes.
I mean, come on.
She didn't know. Like she just like I turned my camera off, and she
No,
went.
she didn't though.
Stevie piss.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but I heard about it.
Yeah.
Some things should still be a mystery in life. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
not
my
bad.
baby.
Yeah, this beer is a disaster.
Why don't
son.
you go get? I
Oh,
should have grabbed.
disaster. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a bunch.
Go grab some from downstairs. I turned that fridge in here down too because it is quite literally a freezer. I
Put him in
guess.
some hot water.
Yeah. I
Just
grabbed
like-
myself some and then didn't grab him any because I thought maybe some in there weren't frozen, but I just didn't want to fucking search for them.
So, I mean, if you really want to get back into doing Married AF, you just have to make a time,
I know.
set the time,
I know.
and then you come in and do the show.
Yeah, I know.
She's also the editor, John. So that's really what
I
it
know.
boils down to. Recording the show is the fun part.
Recording show is the fun part, and then it's like, well, but I don't really do too much editing anyways because I stopped being like,
Yeah.
I literally I
Fussy,
just
yeah.
like I down like get the audio, put the intro and the outro, boom, done. Like but even
That's how we do the bunker.
Yeah.
Well, I
I'm like, I
process.
can't get too crazy with the editing and like taking out pauses and shit, which there's not
Oh,
really
yeah.
any with me and him.
You were doing that for a bit, John, and then you're like,
I was
"Fuck
doing it for a
just-
long. Well,
I
yeah,
still
'cause I
do
was-
it. That's why
terrible.
it takes months for my show to come out. I'm an artist.
But you do like you schedule them pretty far in advance. Like you have them where you like record them and then like when they're gonna get released.
No, he doesn't.
Not even close.
No?
They just sit there. They sit there in a
Not even
closet. He
close.
gets to him when he gets
Oh.
to him.
I record them, and then eventually, when I got time, I come in here and throw on them. But here's the fun part, and this is really my favorite part of the whole thing. John might be able to understand this, but I'm sure that you ladies will. I don't go back and edit them for months. And sometimes it's a conversation I completely forgot that I have. So I listen to
And you're
those
like,
shows.
oh shit.
It's all
listen
new
to
and
this.
exciting
If you
again.
listen to
Yeah.
podcasts, and sometimes you hear things and you go, I'd cut that out. I'd cut that out. I get to do that with my own show, but I'm listening to it for the second time and I'm just like, oh. And then sometimes I have the power. I can cut stuff out. I can move
Right.
it around. I can put drops in. I can do whatever I want to while I'm going through it. So it's fun. I like the process.
So I'm going to start a storytelling podcast where it's just me telling a story from my past or whatever, and it's just going to be Jamingo's stories. And then what I'm going
Write
to
it
do,
out beforehand, though.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Well, so this is how it all started. So Boomer Bob was supposed to start a podcast with this guy named Tom. The problem with Tom is he can't tell a story. God, he goes on and on and on. And that's where I got this drop from. Get to the fucking point!
Yeah.
Because it's just, he just can't really tell a story. So I remember when I first started podcasting, I guess it was like 2018, this book came out. It was called Storyworthy. You know me, I kind of look at this chapter, that chapter. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Well, I told Tom about the book. He went out, to his credit, bought the book, and he says, I'm through 3 chapters. So I said, okay, now I'm going to have to read a book. So I started reading the book, and it was
gotta read.
almost, so, you know, I'm about halfway through the book, and it's just the way the guy tells stories. And I just think, I'll be honest with you, I think every podcaster should read this book.
Mhm.
It really tells you how to get to a story and tell a story. And, you know, and I want to try that. And I'd like to try to do that with some music in the background, something where I can even maybe just put out one a month and then maybe one every 2 weeks as I get rolling.
It's
And
art,
we'll do
man.
that.
Like make it your own thing and do whatever you want to do. That's what I do now. I don't let anybody pressure me or push me to do shit, and that's why I still enjoy doing it, because I do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah. May Kuwait or White says,
Wait.
Jamingo will lift your spirits with 100 best elevator stories. Yeah, I got a ton of them. I mean, I could do Jamingo stories with just elevator stories.
Of like people stuck in elevators.
People stuck in elevators, working on elevators. You know, just like right now. Right now, it's hot as hell out, and a lot of elevator mechanics are taking their summer vacations, so they're strapped for people. Elevators shut down in the heat, so you know they would. So I would be working
Biggest fear, or one of my biggest fears.
around the clock.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So there was one of these times where I had been out all day, worked until 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. I slept in the van in front of a job until 7:30. Got up, started work again. By 12 o'clock, I was falling asleep. So one of the mechanics that I work with, he says, "Listen, we got this one elevator's out of service. It's shut down. Just crawl in there, take a nap. I'll come back in an hour. I'll wake you up."
Fuck
Oh,
right
and
off.
you fell for that?
Fuck
So
right
I
off.
go in
You're
there,
a fucking idiot.
dark as shit. I shut the elevator. Within a half an hour, he's banging on the door. Open the door. Open the door. I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "You snore like a bear. Everybody's wondering what the hell all this noise is out here in the hallway."
They're like,
Nice.
what creature got into the elevator?
There's a monster.
Somebody's got a chainsaw on the elevator shaft.
No, I am so claustrophobic that when we get in like an elevator and it's crowded and it's hot, I immediately start having a panic attack. And like people try to be funny, and they're like, "Oh," and they like start moving around. I'm like, I swear to God, if this elevator
Shuts
breaks
down.
because you're being a fucking dumbass, you'll be the first to go.
I can tell you one thing, guys. I am not afraid of Randy. I'm not. Like if I was in an elevator, I would be like, I can figure out some way to tame this beast. If I was stuck in an elevator with Brooke, I would fear the hell out of him.
No, you should. That's you're
I will-
thinking properly. 'cause
Yes,
you're
My best plan is going to be to lay down under the bodies and just be still. And just hope that she doesn't
Just
notice.
fucking be chill. Don't be a dickhead. Like it's, oh my God. Like
the violence is real, son. I'm telling you, she's terrifying in real life.
I mean, she's got real uncle energy, and that's what I feel like. In you've got uncle energy. What Uncle Randy? Like you get in there, and it's just like I will beat your fucking ass.
yeah, I'll come
Just
at you like a spider monkey.
Just so you know, I'll beat your ass.
She'll
So
cut you.
I got a story for you, Brooke. So when I was a helper, we were working in this hospital, and we're taking out elevator controls and putting them in. And all of a sudden, I'm up there in the machine room, and all of a sudden, it sounds like a cannon went off. I'm telling you, I'm going to shit my pants.
Oh.
Here, what happened is the drive blew on an elevator, and it's got people stuck between floors,
Ugh.
and we can't move it.
Okay, at
can't
least it
get it-
didn't just plummet to the bottom.
We can't. Well, they'll never plummet to the bottom because it's a traction, so it wouldn't plummet.
So
So
that
now-
doesn't happen like in the movies.
No. So anyhow,
Another fear.
so my mechanic says we got to get these people out of there. So we go to look. I can't see because the car is stuck perfectly between floors. We can't even open up the door to get to him.
Mm-mm.
So
We
now,
want Uncle Randy Jr. down here hiding, getting our other
He's
dog.
getting
Okay.
eaten down there.
What up?
Yeah.
Hands.
so some elevators have side doors that you can open the side door.
Ooh, like a
So
little
he says,
escape
"All right, we're
hatch.
gonna have to take him out the side door." So I'm like, "Okay." So we run the car down the top of the other car, down to where we open up the door, and here's like 15 people in this elevator.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Hell no.
So now I'm standing 1 foot on the elevator,
And there's gonna be
top,
one like me that's like, motherfucker, get me out first.
1 foot on the elevator dividing beam, and I'm moving these people across. So we
Hell
we
no.
get 3, 4, whatever. So then so then I get in the elevator with the people that are stuck, and my mechanic takes them up and gets them off, comes back down, and I go. So there's this one black lady in there. She goes about 6 foot tall, 250.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tits.
So now I got to
Mighty
get her.
woman.
So I'm
Yeah,
standing
that's
So
between.
like and
She's like
Uncle
my
Randy.
size.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Randall.
So now I get a hold of. So I'm like, hold on to my arms, look me in the eye, and we're going to step from
And she's
here
like,
to here. And then and she starts, and I think we're both going to go down the hoistway. So I grab her under the arm and hook her under the arm and drag her on top of the other elevator. I'm like, you're going to kill both of us. So then she's crying. She's hanging on to the
Oh,
cage.
Lord Jesus. It's just
Oh,
Uncle
Lord
Randy.
Jesus.
Are you having
Like I'm bunny.
Are you having to walk these people across a beam that's like over the open elevator shaft?
It's a 6 foot I beam. About a foot on one side of it is all the way down, and a foot on the
Uh-huh.
other side is all the way down. Now listen, I'm just
How
telling you
wide
right now.
is it?
At 6 foot tall, 250, there's no way she
I
would
mean,
have.
Brooke, so
She
we're
would have
probably-
never fit between
Oh,
the
that's-
beams.
But
Like,
that
she would've-
doesn't matter.
She
The
would have
fear is
wedged
real.
in about waist high, and we would have had to take a chain block and chain block her out. But
Oh,
besides,
no,
so
that's
but
terrifying though.
Yeah.
yeah, so we had to move her out of there. And when
I
I
would
got
have been
done,
like crawling on my stomach.
Crying. Army crawl.
Yeah.
my mechanic said,
Or
"Bill, I'm
just
glad you were on that." Yeah, my mechanic was like 5'5", 175
Oh,
pounds.
he was
soaking
not
wet.
moving that woman for
He
nothing.
said, "Man, am I glad you were on that beam? She would have took us both down the hoistway."
That is terrifying though. Like seriously, that's it. Every time I'm in an elevator that gets a lot of people in it, and it's like
Yeah.
there's never why is there no airflow? There's no airflow.
Oh, it's just
It's
stinky
just-
hot box.
Yeah. Like and
People are filthy. People are so gross
Right.
in elevators. Ugh, I don't want to touch anything.
well, and then when we're at the
Yeah,
beach
just-
at the condo, it's like everybody coming from the beach and like
Yeah.
there's the sand and the sweat, and then everybody's all
smell.
like, "Oh
Yeah.
god."
I don't like it when you're so close. You're just about touching. Like I'm like, ugh. Like I
No.
don't want to touch other people, so
And
I just
then-
stand there like, ugh, just don't touch me.
No, and the craziest where I thought we were probably gonna die, the Luxor, because the elevator in the pyramid, it goes like kind of
Sideways.
sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of goes up
Oh,
on a
no.
diangle.
Sideways elevator? I thought they just had those in Willy Wonka. What the fuck is that?
No.
The building is
Goddamn
the building's
sideways
a
elevator.
pyramid. The building's a pyramid, so it doesn't. The elevator
right.
doesn't
Makes
just
no
go straight up.
sense. Yeah,
it
it'd have
goes
to-
like this.
Yeah,
So like
that's kind of
You're-
cool, actually.
you're in Vegas, like we've
Yeah.
stayed there twice, and so you're already
Carrot
drinking.
Top, sons. Carrot Top.
Carrot
Ah.
Top was a great
Ah.
show. But
me
like
write
you're
that
already
down.
drinking, so you get in the elevator, and then it's like, oh, and then you get a bunch of jagoffs that are like extra, like, "Woo," and then they're like, oh, and try to jump around. I probably
Oh,
almost
no.
murdered like at least 17 people in Vegas when we were in the elevator in Luxor. I was like, oh my god, we're in a fucking pyramid. It's gonna feel weird. Chill the fuck out.
Randy, were you in the elevator with her when that happened?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
he's just
at that
quiet.
moment, like,
My
I know
eyes
he
get like
can-
real big. He's and
That's
I'm
what I'm
like,
saying. I know that he can read your mind because you guys have been married for a long time. So I feel like he just, in his mind, he looks down and sees you, and all he hears is Chris Benoit music
well, this
playing,
was
and your eyes fucking bugging out a little bit.
Yeah, I just prefer because the likelihood of one of us getting in a fight is so much higher of it being her
Mhm.
than me.
Well,
And
that
that's
was-
just from life experience. So I'm just deferring, waiting on the violence.
and when we were at the Luxor, that was earlier in our relationship. So this was like he was like, oh, she going,
Just ask
she's-
questions.
yeah, she gonna kill somebody. But like normally, like because I would get all pissed off, and then like guys would be like, oh, and they'd look at me, and then they look at him, and they become more scared of him because I'm like, can you show the fuck
Which is
out?
their mistake.
Yeah. but I'm like, whatever
Yeah,
works.
I'm the nice one, he says. You should get a shirt that says that.
He's like, don't
Says,
fucking
"I'm
look
the
at
nice
me.
one."
Yeah, you dug your own grave, son.
Yeah. Don't look at me, but I'm back in her play. So whatever,
Right,
whatever
like-
you fuck up with, I'm right behind her.
If you act stupid, I'm gonna have to back her up. So
Yeah.
your call.
that's
Maybe
true.
maybe you get off on the next floor.
But it is a weird thing because even like when we first got to the Luxor and like we're totally sober and the elevator starts going, I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
probably
different.
would get, I don't like heights at all. And the second that it started going crooked, I'd be like, we're gonna fucking die.
That's basically what went through my head.
Peel the fucking doors
I was
open.
like trying to hit the panic button.
There's
Jody
an,
just.
there's an elevator over in Philadelphia. It's a parking garage elevator, so you put cars on it. Not only does it go up and down, but it goes sideways. It'll
like
go,
a vending machine.
yeah, like a vending machine.
That's fucking crazy, man.
And when you got to fix it, when you got to work on it, sometimes you got to work on it. So you stand on the side of it. It's got like this little cage you stand on the side where the controller is. And this thing's going up and sideways and over, and doors are open up on the car and all that other shit. And I'm not gonna lie. Those things, that thing, when I had to go work on that thing, I was like, I would have to pucker up and say, okay, here we go. And I'd get on that thing and I would strap in and here we go.
Have you guys
But-
ever been to in the St. Louis Arch?
No.
No.
There's a weird elevator in the arch because you can ride to the top of it. But basically it's like an egg that like goes, it clicks up like an old fucking ornament at your grandma's house, like a staircase, and like the little capsule that you're in stays to where like you're balanced looking straight out. But as you go up to the arch, it like turns and keeps you fucking level and takes you one side or the other. I won't even do that.
No, that sounds like a lot of shit could break, son.
So Kay White says, would you like to be stuck in an elevator for 48 hours? I get a
No,
call.
no.
one
No,
time.
well,
I
That's
get a
for
call.
crazy people, right?
I get a call Saturday it's Sunday about noon. And they said, you got to go to this apartment building. The bell won't shut off. The elevator alarm bell keeps ringing. I said, okay, I'll go out. So I go out there and the bell's ringing and the bell's ringing. So then I go up in the machine room. I can't get into the car. The door's jammed. I can't get the door open. So I'm like, okay, let me get up in there. I'll stop the bell and I'm gonna figure out what's going on here. So I go up, I take the wire off the alarm bell so it stops ringing. And all of a sudden the open door relay starts clicking, click, click, click. I go, and you know who was with me? The Jimmy was with me.
the
That's
Jimmy.
I took my cousin Jimmy with me. So he's with me. He's up in the machine room. I go, holy shit. He goes, what? I go, someone's in this elevator. So I look down a cable chute and I go, hey, is somebody in there? And he goes, yeah, I've been in here since Friday night.
Oh my
The
god.
thing shut down Friday night. There's no telephone in the elevator. He's ringing the bell. The only reason that somebody called the car
Because it
in
was
is because
annoying somebody.
the bell was annoying. He stuck something in there, so the bell just kept ringing.
That's pretty
Oh,
funny.
that
That's a
poor
good
man.
plan. Look at
Is
that guy
he the
trying to
reason that now phones are in elevators or whatever?
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
probably
You
never
have-
gotten in an elevator.
You
since.
have to have a phone in there, and it has to call an outside line that somebody has to answer. It cannot.
And that like emergency bell should be like an emergency.
connected.
Right.
Like
Well,
it
when
should
you
be like, oh, we need to check that, not just like, ugh, that noise is annoying.
That damn
Right.
bell. Yeah.
so
You know what I love about elevators, John? I love to get in an elevator with people, and then I look. Usually, it's my kid. I look at the weight limit where it says,
Oh, Jesus.
3,000 pounds or whatever, and I go, like, you're gonna have to get off, champ. It's one of my favorite fucking elevator jokes. I do it to him all the time. He starts laughing. He goes, "I'm not 3,000 pounds." It's so funny.
so let me get back to the story. So
Yeah.
the elevator was down on the buffer. That's why I couldn't open up the doors because it came down and jammed the lock. So I'm like, all right. So now I put it on inspection. I run it up so it's floor level. I manually pushed relay open button in and I opened up the elevator doors. Now I shut the thing off and I go down stairs. Well, when I got down there was nobody there, but there had to be
3 piles
50
of shit.
50, no shit, a little bit of pee.
What?
And about 50 cigarette butts. That guy smokes. I guess he was a smoker.
Yeah.
He smoked all his
Good for
cigarettes.
him.
Good
So
for him.
now, right?
Yeah,
so
we get all
now,
these in now.
so I go down there and I'm looking around, and all of a sudden this guy comes and he wants a piece of me, right? He wants to
Like it's
kill
your
me.
fault.
You're the one that
And-
saved
right.
him. What the hell?
And so he
I
comes in
know.
and goes, "What the hell? I've been stuck in this thing for 2 days." I said, "Whoa, hold on. First of all,
You're
I'm the
welcome.
guy- I said, "I got this call.
Want to get
and
back in?
I got this call an hour ago." I said, "No one called me." I said, "I got this call an hour ago. I came in. I got you out." I said, "I know you're upset, but let me just tell you something. There is supposed to be a phone in this elevator.
Mm.
There is not one. If I was you, my next call would be to a lawyer.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Do
And
the
let them
fuck
know
out of
how
this
long you're in
building.
here. I said, and you're probably going to get some money out of this. So I don't know what
Thank
happened.
you, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what happened after this, but then I told the salesman, I said, hey, listen, you better go over there and give these guys some proposals to put new phones in this thing because there's
Get
going to
ahead
be
of it.
some get
It's
ahead
gonna
of
be a
it.
big fucking lawsuit.
Before the internet.
Holy shit.
So, Jamingo, I would like to correct you. Will you put that back up?
Mm-hmm.
It actually said, who would you
Yeah.
want to be stuck in an elevator with for 48 hours?
No one.
Funny
Who would I
answers
wanna
only. Maybe John Lovitz. I could stand 2 days in an elevator with John Lovitz because he
Oh,
makes
he's
me
fun.
laugh. Everything he did would be hilarious. He'd be like, I'm going to go take a piss now. And then piss down the side of the thing and just stare at me.
I immediately think of that Office episode where like Dwight and Pam get stuck in the elevator, and Dwight immediately turns around and starts peeing, and she's like, "It's been 10 seconds."
It'd be me too. I'd at least put a
Since
piss
I
out
got to be
there.
stuck in here. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to pee between the holes in the door at least, like right up in the crack.
Nope. We're not joking about elevator stories. I was an elevator mechanic for 24 years. So
Got a loads of them.
got loads of them. Got
Whoa.
loads of them.
Yeah, I don't know who I would want to be stuck
I
in,
don't
but
know. It would be miserable. Like I can't even.
I'm so miserable in elevators though, and I don't even know if Brooks noticed me doing this every time I'm on one. I always do because it's like a study of people. When you get on an elevator, everyone will face the same direction. I always face opposite.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
dude.
I see that.
So I will stand, and if everyone's looking forward, I'll turn my back and look straight at them.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's like a
Oh my
dog-
God. You make eye contact?
It makes it
Asshole.
so
That
uncomfortable.
is-
Yeah.
Alpha male Uncle Randy dick
Mm-mm.
shit. I don't like that at all.
you
Randall, let me
realize
tell you
It's
something.
really for me because I want to see who acknowledges me, and if someone's got like the stones to be awesome, and be like, "Well, you got to be like that."
Little
Randy,
kids, though.
if,
Little
if I
kids
was
are
in a fucking elevator and you did that, I would thump you right in your nipple and go, "What are you looking at, big fella?" And then I
No,
would buy
I
you
know.
a sandwich
Can
for
that
lunch.
be good? I would be like, "Dude, thank you."
And I would
Yep,
love
no.
to. I'd like to be stuck with my husband in an elevator for 48 hours,
Yes.
but like
You're
No,
gonna
I would-
poop in front of each
I'm-
other now. 48 hours. You're gonna.
well,
dump
48
in front of
hours
each
with
other.
him is wonderful. It's just the lack of control in that
Yeah.
situation would
He's
be.
gonna be crying the whole time.
No, I would be ripping the elevator.
He would
apart.
be ripping it apart, and then I would be like, "Stop! We're gonna fall to our death."
and we would fall to our death because I ripped the elevator apart.
But it'd be glorious
I'm
death.
not good there. That's horrible.
It-
All
I
right,
mean,
so you ready for another elevator story?
Yes,
Sure.
John. That's what we're
We're
here. This
all-
is the
Okay.
first episode of Elevator Stories.
We're dying
It's
for
the
it. This is
premiere episode.
definitely the
it's
first
the elevator
episode of
bunker cave.
All right.
the
Podcast.
bunker fuck elevator shits.
I get a call for the Holiday Inn over by the stadiums. What's going on is over at the baseball stadium, they're having a Fish concert. All right, you
Ah.
guys, I don't know if you know Fish.
Yeah, everybody follows
Yeah.
fish. You,
Bunch
there's a
of
lot
white
of weed.
people.
A lot
Bunch
of
white
weed.
people dancing like this.
Yeah.
So
A lot of Grateful Dead people.
all right, I get there. The elevator is on. It's in the pit, on the buffer, and the hatch doors are torn off of it, and the
my
car
God.
doors are torn off of it.
Whoa!
So the manager comes over and says, I did a tap dance when Jerry Garcia died. He says, I thought I was over this shit, but now these Fish guys. So I said, well, there's nothing I can do here. I said, that they destroyed this. We'll have to get doors out here. And the guy looks at me. He says, these animals will tear that other elevator apart, and we'll have no elevators. You've got to fix this.
What the hell?
It's 11 o'clock at night. I said, I need another guy, and
You're only on
I
song
have no
2.
idea
I'll be
if I
there.
can fix this, but I'll try. Call another mechanic. He comes, so I get the thing out, the barricade out, and I'm trying to strip things off and get the door out so we can jump on them and straighten them and all this. And there's this weird kid. He's like, I guess he's dancing around. He keeps going,
On
I want to
acid.
get
He's
in
on
there.
acid, John.
Yeah, he says, I want to get in there and I want to climb up the rail.
What?
I'm like, dude,
He's definitely on acid.
yeah. I said, listen, you. I said, you're not climbing
Not
up the
an
rail.
amusement ride. It's an
Right.
elevator,
I
sir.
said, get out of here. I said, I'll hit you in the head with this ball peen hammer. Get out of here. So he's dancing around. Meanwhile, these 3 hot-looking women are there,
Tits
and they're
out, probably.
and they're tits out, and
Did
they're
they
sitting
have?
there and they're like,
What do they have, Jamingo? Tell me.
big fucking tits. So
Yeah.
they're sitting there, and the one girl goes, the one girl goes, "Oh man, I would love to go out and get a cheesesteak. I just want a Philly cheesesteak one time. This will be the only time I'm Philly. I want to go get a Philly cheesesteak." So meanwhile, this nitwit's
I
still
don't sell
trying to
those
get
at the stadium. Come on.
get around the barricade and to get into the hoistway. All right. And I'm trying to get a hold of security to get him out of there. I said, you know something? I looked at the kid right in the eye. I said, you know something? Youth is wasted on the young. I said, there's 3 hot blondes over there looking for somebody to take them to get a cheesesteak. And what are you doing? Trying to kill yourself in an elevator shaft. I said, get over there and take them to get a cheesesteak, and maybe you'll get your end wet. So he walks over and he goes, ladies, would you like to go get a cheesesteak?
That's fucking moron.
And they go, I would love to. And he says, follow me. And off he goes, right? So then he goes, my
Pied
other
Piper of cheesesteak.
Saved somebody's life that night.
places
His own.
full of people, and they're all running up and down. So now I hear on the radio, the hotel radio, and they say there's a drug overdose on the 6th floor. So the cops come,
Shocking.
the
Now they
ambulance
have
comes.
to get the elevator work,
Right.
right?
So all of a sudden the cop comes over. He looks at me. He goes, "Can you bring that elevator down?" So I put the fire service key in. I goes, "Yeah, it's coming down." So it comes down, opens up. It's packed with people. The cop goes, "All right, everybody off. This is a medical emergency." And I can't see because I'm, working on the elevator. And all of a sudden I hear, "Fuck you, pig." Oh, I look over.
Oh,
I
in
see
Philly?
I see the cop reach in.
Whoa.
Come here, little man.
Snatch this guy out of there, throw him against the wall, cuff him, and says,
Nice.
"Anybody else got something to say?"
Philly
And they all
cop
move-
comes
No,
by.
sir.
Sir, no, sir.
They go up the elevator. The cop goes up. They bring the guy down on a stretcher. He's foaming at the mouth. Off he
Oh,
goes.
my God.
But also,
So-
like you said, medical, like, get the fuck out the way. Like,
Yeah.
why?
They're drunk and
They're
stoned. They
drunk.
have
Yeah,
no
they don't
idea.
fucking care.
So we're working. I get the door straightened out. We get the hatch doors on. We get the car doors on. We're working. We're getting the thing put together. About 2 hours later, the guy comes in with the 3 blondes. He was walking over and he looks at me and he gives me one of these. The elevator and go upstairs. I said,
They
He
have
should have paid you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We got-
John, you're. I think that'll be your most passionate podcast ever when you start your
Dude.
elevator podcast.
I think what we do is we intensify
document
and
these
you,
and do the elevator bunker shit.
you let
podcast
John
stories.
tell stories about elevators, and
I
then
told him to do it.
Just
I've
keep
told
interrupting
him.
him the whole time, but he has to keep telling the story. Speaking of interrupting, John, is there anybody in the green room by chance?
I don't know who's May Knight. They said, don't forget John has race car
Bob
stories.
says that's Dave.
Oh, it's Dave?
Oh,
Is it
that's-
Man Brain?
I
Yeah.
hope so.
That's what
Okay.
he
Man
said like a
Brain?
million. He
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
May K is Dave. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Almy's in the green room. He called me and my balls vibrated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It
Hot.
scared me. He said,
There
"Let
it
me."
is.
Look at this.
I said, "Let
How long
John
were you
finish."
stuck there?
Listen, I said,
Like
"Let
45
John finish."
minutes I've been sitting there.
Oh my God, like an elevator.
45
Good job,
minutes,
John.
Like I've
He
been
was
stuck in a fucking elevator.
Allie was stuck in the elevator. Are those DVDs behind you or books?
And you're talking shit
Some
on
of
him?
them are Blu-rays and some of
John.
them are 4Ks, but yeah, they're like
Wow.
movies. They're like
Like
physical.
a time
movies.
capsule.
No, that's Almy's thing. He's always been
That's
big
my
on
thing.
It is, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's my thing. I like movies. I like buying. I like overspending on movies.
Yeah, but they're all like digital.
Have you
now,
developed a
It's hard to
northern?
own them though. It's like
I
owning a
know
book.
you're from Georgia, bro. I
Yeah.
need you to not sound
What
so
is-
fucking New Hampshire or whatever that is.
Damn.
Yeah, just trying to fucking blend in with these fucking New England is up here and fucking Boston and them. Fuck.
I know.
Too far north.
Too
Mm-mm.
far north.
I'm sorry. I can talk Southern. I haven't been to Georgia in a while, so
Yeah, you need to come back home. Like,
Yeah. Come
I
on.
haven't
Reacclimate
visited in
with the
more than
roots.
a year. It's been like 14 months since I've been to Georgia.
oh wow,
Yeah,
It's still the same.
it's hot as balls.
it's hot as balls up here too.
Hot
I'm
as
lucky I
balls.
got a
It
pool.
is terrible.
You can get some ice cream. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so they said
hotter
it's not Dave.
outside than
so
in between John's butt cheeks.
That's true.
That's pretty hot.
That's very hot, like right in between his butt cheeks.
Yep. Stinky
Quite-
too.
quite
Stinky,
hot.
sweaty,
Yeah,
hot.
I can't stand
Yeah,
it.
it's that humid, it's that wet.
We've been a butt hair away from moving out west multiple
Yeah,
times.
we're not moving anywhere. Now we got a whole nonprofit here in Canton, Georgia. It's not
Can't
happening.
leave it. Yeah.
No, we'll take it with us, sons.
We're
If it's not
saying-
generating a profit, I say fucking leave it.
Well, it
I
is a
mean-
non-profit, but
No,
there
I'm
is at least
literally a
some
nonprofit.
generate some money.
Non-profit sounds pretty fucking awful. Hey, guess how many movies you're buying with a non-profit?
Here's what you'll learn though. Start a
What the hell were we
nonprofit
thinking?
that helps people, and it will make more money than anything you've ever done
Jesus,
before.
yes. All of
Like,
us.
it's crazy. I mean, it's great. I mean, people want to help people. It's awesome.
But also,
but
people come out the woodwork.
I'm like,
that
dude,
need-
where was this money? I'm fucking trying to podcast and shit, son. I'm making
I
no
used to have a
money.
nonprofit. I sold steroids. I made a lot of money.
That's not a nonprofit.
For profit.
That's a
That's
full
that
profit.
totally
wasn't
for
for
profit.
Called a for-profit
I was
selling
helping people though.
drug
Well,
dealer.
it was an organization called Pecs for Jesus.
Are
Yeah.
you not on? Are you not on like a TRT or anything now, Almy?
I'm not on a TRT. I think about it sometimes because I think I'm done having kids. So
I'm on
Good.
TRT, and my
No
sperm count is
No
minimal.
way.
Talking about minimal.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
that's because I had wanted
Get
to.
the fuck out of here.
I wanted to have another kid, and then Randall said, "I'm gonna get on TRT and fucking clog that shit right up."
Yeah, and I'm
What did-
talking legitimate TRT, not the homemade TRT, bro
can't do the
TRT.
homemade
that I
TRT.
was
That
on.
stuff.
No, he doesn't
Forever.
get it from a legitimate place.
Now,
Yeah, that stuff comes from
Hold on.
Chinese raws and shit like that. It's got like heavy metal contaminants. You got to make sure you get good pharma shit.
Oh,
So you're
yeah.
getting it from the
People
guy,
are
the
making
baseball player on
bathtubs,
TV.
son.
What's TRT? I don't even know what TRT is.
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Ah,
It's the
Something
guy,
for
the
old
baseball
men.
player shills it all the time.
It
What's
helps
his face?
it helps keep our willies strong.
And muscles.
Keep your hair too, I think.
Muscles
Strong.
big.
I sent the link.
Strong muscles.
There you
I
go.
sent the
Oh,
link.
hell, Almy
Nice.
still got the guy.
You go, Almy. Nice.
Boy.
Where's Christina? Where is she?
She's sleeping. She is like my
You put
whole.
her to bed with
fucking
the
family
babies.
sleep. Dude, you know that girl has not touched a fucking podcast microphone in like 3 or 4 years.
That's a shame. That's a damn
That's a
shame.
damn shame.
Yeah,
Hadn't
so
even
have you
sprayed
been
me with
following
Christmas
Donnie,
in, like,
though,
2.5
Almy?
weeks. Say what?
Have you been following Donnie's whole adventure to Billings?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I talked to Donnie
crazy.
on the reg.
Seems to be doing great, man. My brother lives in Billings, so I introduced them when he moved
No
out
shit.
there.
No
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
shit.
linked them two up.
Is
Oh,
that the
that's pretty
Angry
cool.
Dad?
Huh?
No, that's
Angry Dad? No.
that's fucking
Montana, isn't it?
What?
Billings is Montana, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Angry
a
Dad
Donnie.
is. Where's Angry Dad?
No,
Angry
Donnie
Dad
is
is
not
somewhere.
Angry Dad.
Oh, you
Angry
become a
Dad
bearded
was-
dad.
No,
Become a bearded dad.
no.
Oh my
It's
God,
That's
that
Shane.
guy. Jesus Christ, I haven't heard that name in forever. Bearded
It's not.
Dad.
It's not bearded dad. Angry Dad is another one that somebody was
Okay.
asking about. That's on Inner Circle. But Donnie, what was Donnie's? Donnie had a podcast, right?
Yeah, Donnie had changed names a couple of times.
Yeah,
And
it
he
was
did,
the Woe Is Me podcast.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was his therapy, son.
Yeah, it was
It
his
was tough.
therapy.
Whatever
He
works. You know.
He
Yeah.
was honest in that podcast.
Yeah,
I
it was.
love
It was
it.
awesome. No, it was. And he even talked about it. It was like his own therapy.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
lie like a motherfucker. I always respected him for doing that because I'm like, dude, I'm the opposite. I lie like a mother. I try to convince everybody on the internet that I'm happy.
The most
with life.
and the most confident person in the world.
Fucking turn this fucking mixer off and just start sobbing.
Hey,
Oh, no.
how old are your kids now?
Okay, so my oldest daughter is going to turn 5 next month.
Okay.
Nailed it.
And
Nailed
then
it.
my youngest daughter turned 2
Aw.
months ago.
Oh,
I
you're in-
literally said 5 and under. I was like, he's put his kids to bed. They're 5 and under, right?
Yeah.
Fucking nailed it.
I sent
Yeah,
you all a
he didn't
picture.
have kids when we met him. We thought he was gay. Remember?
No,
Well, he is
Well,
gay.
I mean, it didn't help that I sucked all y'all's dicks.
that
We
really
weren't-
doesn't
That's
help.
why I thought you were gay.
We weren't even sure his first daughter was his.
Oh my
I
God.
get-
That's the 2-year-old. That's the 2-year-old about 15 minutes ago. I was like, go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
but
listen.
She's so cute.
How
She's
exhausting is a
fucking-
2-year-old?
What's
Well,
that?
look at him.
It's
Look
the
at him.
most exhausting thing in the world is a
Mhm.
2-year-old.
Look at his
Yeah.
hair. He doesn't use product or
I know.
anything.
No, I
But
don't. Look at
also-
this. I have a pool. I just dive. I swear I just dive in the pool. This is like pool chemicals and shit.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Gunner's hair has been green all summer because of being at the pool. Like we bleached his hair before Christmas because he
wanted to be
He
Slim
just wanted to
Shady,
be-
son.
yeah, and then like he
So he's
yeah.
turned into Swim Shady and that chlorine
Yeah.
shit.
Swim
Hair.
But it was Christmas, so now it's like it's grown out like this much, and his hair's already like dirty blonde, so it's like dirty blonde, and then like the bleach blonde stuff is like growing out, but it's all the bleach blonde stuff is just green. I'm like, this is fun.
Mm.
Yeah, so let's talk about bearded dad, son. Nobody's heard from old Shane Tits? Huh?
No.
That's your friend. You would be the one.
Oh, I
to
know. I've heard. That's why I'm waiting to see if anyone has he put anything out that I've missed or
No.
anything.
I don't think
No.
so.
I don't even know if he's still alive. You should text him, dickhead.
Uncle
Randall-
Randy,
Hey,
that
let me tell
man
you
could.
though.
We see his
He-
wife post on Facebook. He's still alive.
Okay,
he's
good.
bigger. He's bigger than John.
They had another kid. They had another kid since all the podcasting stuff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
Oh,
that kid-
he put on some baby weight.
He is the most fertile motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, he's
Have you
got
ever seen that
five
movie?
kids.
Hey,
Idiocracy?
hold on. I don't know about that.
How it
I don't know
works.
about that. I have them
No.
2 at a time.
Jamingo in his day, very bearded
right.
dad like, but Jamingo liked the fucksky, son.
Wait, do
I
you have
had-
multiple twins?
I have 4 under the. I had 4 under the age of 4
That's fucked.
at one
That's
time.
fucked.
That's
What the
suicide.
Because you're nuts. That's crazy.
And
Fuck.
It
right
was
now-
literally because of his nuts.
Wait to hear this. Right now,
That's a lot of
my
diapers.
youngest are 22. All right. I have a granddaughter and a grandson that's 2 and 4 right now. So
Oh,
Let's
that's
watch-
best.
Oh,
Did
so you
do
got
that?
grandkids
Let's
that
go
stage
back.
my
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
the problem is the grandkids are afraid of me. It's like, especially my granddaughter.
Aw, but you look like Santa.
Yeah.
That's what we say
You need
about
a red
Randall.
coat,
Apparently
John.
she's
That's
scared
what you
as
need,
shit.
a red coat and a hat.
Yeah.
They'd be the hit
I
with them little
guess.
babies.
Yeah, don't get it twisted though, sons, because when Uncle Randy retires, he will be Santa Claus.
Oh
Just
my
like-
God. Randy
Just
Claus.
Jack Santa walking
Randy
around.
Claus.
Randy Claus. That sounds wrong, though. It sounds
Yeah.
wrong. Maybe you don't
No, I
advertise
like
that.
it.
That's a special kind of Santa.
Exactly.
He's gonna have a blue. He's gonna have
That's
a purple
21 and up.
Purple velvet suit.
It'll be
like
Santa
a
Claus
brown
for the
bag.
kids, but then Randy Claus for the parents.
Hey Jody, though, how does it make you feel though with old Chief going on Rogan, another 1 degree separation with us with Rogan, and that Chief is now a man again, back
That's-
to Chris.
I think we
You
just
know,
snap
all
out of it.
mine.
I'm glad he
do.
found his way
Oh,
back.
shit.
I'm glad he found his way back. That's all I
I,
got.
just, I
You know
feel so
what?
bad for him. I feel bad for. He's obviously just.
He's
struggling.
figuring shit out. He was the tip of the spear for 20 years, like killing
Figuring
people.
shit out.
Yes,
upside down and stuff.
exactly.
Let him do what he wants.
Boy,
Yeah,
that's
he get
figuring
blown up,
shit out.
I'm
Though.
like-
That's tough. You get a set of tits put on you.
That's he did a lot of stuff to his body, like he didn't chop the ween off, which is good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
he did not dismember.
Never
he
did
said.
that, but he did
It's
get
hard,
like
to,
breast
it's hard to
implants
go
and all
back to
that.
being a dude if you took your dick off with a fucking pizza cutter.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is take out the silicone sacs, and he's back to normal.
He's like all in one, though. He's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
here,
he's,
little
uh,
Stop with the hormones, and stuff, but it's like clearly there's so much struggling. But it's like, oh, God bless
Raising
America.
his hand.
I'm bringing my in.
It's the only way to get it in.
We were supposed to bring questions. If you come on your own tits, is that gay?
Oh,
Or is it awesome?
Can I have more
It's
questions?
awesome if you ask me.
Sir,
Ma'am.
All
May
I have
I?
to say is, I certainly hope not. That's all I have to say.
Does it matter if you hit the titty meat or the nipples? Because I think the nipples it might be gay, but if you just hit titty meat, that's fair game, bro.
Well,
Now,
what
I
I
mean,
would
if
be
you-
confused
it's
is, do you look at your own tits to get excited for jerking off?
Listen,
Maybe.
That's what I would do.
All I'm saying is it
That's
is gay to
Patrick
come on
Bateman
your own
shit right
nipples,
there.
Jason. Yes.
listen. I haven't been able to do that in 15
Is that
years.
the
but
consensus?
at one time,
Show of
It's
hands.
pretty gay if you shoot it into your own mouth. but
Is
if
it
you
gay?
shoot
Come
it
on,
into
never
your mouth, it's not gay at all.
that's never happened.
Yeah.
I had a roommate in college. He was like, everybody tastes their own jizz. I was like, what do you mean, everybody? I've never tasted my own jizz.
trying
And
to
he's like,
shoot
you know, when
into
you're
his own
jacking
mouth.
off, sometimes it shoots into your own mouth. I was like, no, that doesn't
Close
fucking
your mouth.
I've never shot my own fucking mouth before. Like,
Who
you
said
know,
this?
when you're going to go, right? Like, you have warning. Like, your dick tells you you're about to shoot.
True.
So apparently he
You're
just thought that
aiming for your
everybody had
mouth.
that
You
experience.
aim
Every
for your
dude
mouth.
jacking off would have that experience, like it would just go into your mouth. But
Well, if you're
That's
aiming
pretty
for
gay.
it, yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose.
I think you'd have to be up against a wall with like your butt up in the air, like break dancing
Yeah.
with your legs up on the wall. That's the only way you're going to get it in your mouth.
I don't
You
know. If
definitely
you're,
have to be a
The reverse
b-boy.
worm kind of.
if you're
Yeah.
a young strapping man and you can get a good arc going, I think you could probably make it. It's
I
kind of
used
like
to be.
a,
I never made
That'd
it
be
happen.
some practice, I would think.
it's kind of like a gay cornhole. It's like you try to get it in the.
But it's your own
Yeah.
cornhole. Like it's your one-on-one. It's just
Yeah, but
one.
cornhole's usually the back door.
Well, I'm
know.
just saying. All right, how about let's try wormhole.
That's another
I
game.
don't know.
It's a whole nother.
Wormhole's not bad.
Wormhole.
Jamingo, I'll give you a point for that. Hell yeah.
Wormhole.
So we hit the bell.
Wormhole will work. Hold on.
Thank you.
There we go.
Every time we get into these awesome conversations, though, Jody, I just remember you reading porn to your mother, and it makes me
remember-
happy.
I listen to it all the time.
Wow.
It makes me so happy.
Does she ever mention that, like at Christmas dinner or something?
Oh, we don't
or
talk about it
Thanksgiving?
anymore. I like to think
Okay.
that she forgot immediately. But
Okay.
it's one of my
Hopefully,
favorite
she just-
things. Like one day, listen, this is something that I will say, and this is meant from the bottom of my heart, Randy. It is inevitable. One day my mom will not be here anymore. I hope it's no time soon, but
Of
it
course.
will be. And hopefully I'm still here to deal with all that and go through that like everybody else that has to.
Yep.
The cool thing is I have a recording of my
You have a
mom
recording of her laughing her ass off. It is the best.
dying laughing. And it's one of
Dying
my
laughing. It was so
favorite fucking
funny.
things ever. So yes, I listen to it all the time. Thank you. For
I
that.
wish I had that of my mom and or dad. Like I wish I could go back and listen
Hey,
to them.
Bet
and
on the
laugh
fucking
at that.
Auburn Tigers or some shit or Conor McGregor, and I bet
Make
it'll
a
happen.
bet with Uncle Randy.
Well, both my parents have since
Well,
died
yes.
in the past 3 years.
But his
Oh.
point is that you don't bet with Uncle Randy because you lose.
I know.
You could get a Ouija board or like one of those spirit boxes and talk to the
Oh,
God.
God.
See if they talk back.
I
I
lost.
do have a bunch of random voicemails on my phone that I saved from my dad, but
I have voicemails.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brooke, you could make AI. You could make an
Yeah.
AI voice of your dad if you
Oh,
have it.
Randy Travis has
Oh
done it.
no. Yeah, I could.
You can get it in less than a minute. All you need is 1 minute.
1
of
minute of audio.
speed. Turn
I've
it into
got
an AI
Lots
voice.
of minutes.
Well, her dad's pretty easy to do. He is like the whitest white guy. Hello, with the best like
Very
vocabulary,
Yes.
very polite.
All the messages are, "Hey, cutie."
Hello
Jamingo's got
there.
AI on his board at all times. Jamingo, hit me with some AI.
Hang on, I'm trying to get to the Duchess.
Yeah,
If I
he
have
knows.
some.
Oh no. Oh.
You guys have
All
heard that just talk this evening, right?
So I have. So what I did was one time Duchess was sick, so I took her voice and I ran it through an AI generator.
1 minute, guys. 1
1
minute
minute.
of speaking
Here it
content.
is. Here it is.
Calmed
I
by
just-
breasts.
Oh.
His
Oh,
thumb flicking over my nipple. I cried out and he buried himself in me with a mighty stroke. He
Jesus.
pulled out a few times, the muscles of his back.
Put your
flexing
pants on.
beneath my
Put your
hand.
pants on.
Keep
Jason,
going.
And he
Keep going.
hot
slammed
camera.
back into
Camera's
me.
on,
Guys,
bro.
keep
All right.
going.
Keep your
Let me-
mouth closed.
Hang on. Let me explain what happened. All right.
Wait,
So
Jason,
I
you're
don't
usually
know
in a
if-
darker room, Jason. You need-
It's like
If you're going to do that, turn out the
fucking
light.
lights.
Just why did you stand up? Just sit down. What's wrong with you? That's what I've been doing this whole time. idiot.
He's showing. He's
I gotta
showing
stand
off.
up to get the pants off. You know, I gotta
Randy's
get
sitting
around
here
my
with his fucking bean out. I'm
erection
out here. I'm
now.
fucking sitting here rubbing mine too, Jason. Don't
It
weirdo.
is what it is.
Don't make it weird, bro. God.
All right. So I don't know if you know Sarah Gonzalez, but what she did was she went and got a book from the children's library, its school library,
No.
and that's how it started. She read the whole thing like it was an erotic novel. I took her reading of that, I ran it through. I got the transcript of it, and I
Yep.
ran it through and put Duchess's voice
Less
in
than
there.
Yeah,
5 minutes
great.
too. It will produce
It
that.
was-
Right.
it
Do
was
you
And
have
then-
any? Hey, John. Do you have any Bob or Devin from Heaven?
Yeah.
Our friend Devin
Ah.
died. I don't know if you knew about that.
I
but our
remember old
one of our
Devin.
co-hosts died.
Poor Devin.
So we made it a bit for a little while.
Devin from Miami?
Now,
He was from
Detroit.
No,
Detroit.
Delvin's from Miami.
Different
no,
Miami.
yeah, not
Or
Delvin.
different Devin.
Oh, not
Oh,
Delvin.
Delvin.
Devin.
Delvin.
Yeah.
Devin. Okay.
Delvin,
that's-
Delvin
thank
is
you.
alive and well. I spoke to him the other day.
Elvin Cox.
Yes. Okay. I was dyslexic.
But yeah, so
Wait, how good is my beard looking? That's my question for all of you. On a scale of 1 to 10,
Randall's just admiring himself.
good is my beard?
pretty good.
I can't even really see myself that far. I just see that our crotches are in the camera like this.
Yeah, it's like all crotch. Your
It's like
camera
a
is like all crotch. It's not
It's
even
a crotch
sweat.
cam.
It's not even a bad thing. I like the
Holy
crotch
shit.
cam.
Hell, I'm going to be honest. I'll give the beard an 8.2 tonight.
Sure, baby. It's
all right. I have AI Bob.
Pretty good.
Here's AI Bob.
Don't worry, honey. My tongue will work your clit like Tyson works a speed bag.
It does
All right.
sound
You
very
can-
robotic.
Brooke, you could make your dad say that.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my
I'll
God.
pass. I'll pass.
We get some different words and sentences and typed in there, but like that's AI is fucking
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
spooky.
now.
Yeah.
Here's an AI
no.
Duchess. Here's an AI Duchess.
You know what you don't see? White people.
That's one.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't. That's AI
Exactly.
Duchess.
the best part of AI Duchess.
Right.
Shut
What was that in reference to? That's so
I don't
weird.
remember.
I don't even know.
You don't see white people.
Talking about
Right.
Austin, Texas.
Here. So when we had Duchess read, I had AI Duchess read that very sexual script. One of our producers, Mike, went and made a song out of it.
Oh, you
Calmed by
mother.
breasts. His thumb flicking over
That's
my
not it.
nipple.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
It is still very robotic, though. It's like
Wait a
no
minute.
emotion.
I also was sick, so my
Ready?
voice
Getting
is
better.
Oh,
But isn't it AI?
yeah.
You didn't really say that.
No.
Tongue punch my fart box. Tongue punch my fart box. Tongue punch my fart box.
Stop.
That was a
palms
real
of my
thing.
breasts,
She did say, "Oh,
his
stop."
thumb flicking over my
Oh, my
nipple.
goodness.
He cried out and he buried himself in me with a mighty stroke. Tongue punched my fart box. Tongue punched my fart box. He made me come. Tongue punched my fart box.
Oh, Jody's got the rays
Tongue
going
punched
in
my
his
fart
room.
box. Give me your cream. Fuck me.
Duchess did not. Oh, except for the stop. That's Duchess. But the rest of that is
And
all
that's-
AI
But
generated.
that's the only part that even sounded like
Right.
it had any kind
Right.
of soul behind it.
It
Everything
makes
else
you think-
does. It sounds like a robot. Like it.
What's crazy is like just a couple years ago you couldn't do that, and now they've got it to a point where if you put in enough content, they'll start to give you your ticks. They'll make you
Yeah.
stop. and
Yes.
take breaths. Like,
Right.
I
guys,
heard them
be
sound
under
so
every
much
time.
better. Where
So
it's-
fucking crazy.
Here, I got AI Bob again.
Crystal jammed her finger up my poop chute, then asked me if I wanted another. I said, hell no. I ain't calling a taxi.
What?
See that
pretty
that
good.
has some of his
You just
inflections.
amuse the fuck out of yourself sitting around all day making your friends say
Yeah.
fucked up shit.
Ah.
It's great.
And if you use it enough, it like John said, it tunes itself and
It gets fucking
finer.
smarter.
Like your
Yeah,
inflections and things.
Yep.
It doesn't make you
Yep.
sound so robotic. Yeah.
Nope.
Is that,
well,
that-
I also had a cold, so I was very nasally. So I'm not sure if I like that because I don't like hearing it. But John always graciously offers to replace it with my regular
I think
sounding
I've
voice.
already
and I was
heard
like,
it,
Absolutely
like-
not.
yeah.
Oh, he plays
Hold
it all
on.
the time.
All the
Hold on.
time. Yeah.
Bob wants to say something. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh no.
Hey, Mandy, did I tell you Crystal tried to fuck the speech imped the stutter out of me?
Still love that.
It's wild, dude. That's where technology is. That's
Yeah.
You guys should be glad that you took a break for a little while.
So there was this. I don't know how we did this, but somebody was it when Devin died. We had the eulogy.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I
it
had-
was
right.
Amazing. Yeah.
So then what I decided to do was I decided to have my own eulogy, where I had everybody read
It was good.
Duchess,
Yeah.
Jody, Dave.
He put all of his AI voices in and programmed it, and he had like 7 different AI voices read his fucking eulogy. It was great.
Oh,
You need to
no.
send that to us, so God forbid.
So
So
all I did was I went to ChatGPT and I said, write a eulogy for John Domingo. He was a podcaster and 3 other things, and it spit it out. And I said, this is genius. So I just took that, put it
GPT
in.
is pretty solid.
It is pretty solid. I wonder if I have that somewhere.
Pretty scary.
It was the beginning of an episode, John. Of the Jimmy Dore rants, I think.
Well, you guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll see.
Like,
if
how
I can
is
find it real
it-
quick.
How about
Like,
this? Can I ask you?
don't know how- you could just write a term paper like with Chat GPT now, right?
Yeah,
like,
let's let Jody ask his question.
Yeah,
we
go
get to.
Because Jamingo's tied up in this, and this is perfect because now we can all answer. He wouldn't have a lot to put in except for old stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Can we talk about Donald Trump for a second?
absolutely.
Naomi absolutely
What
wants
do,
to.
what do you want to talk about?
chomping at the bit. Wow.
My wife, after
Mama.
15 years, 15 years we've been together almost, decided the other night that we need to have a talk about politics.
No shit.
Now, I'll say this. It went
Okay.
well. I prefaced the conversation with, listen to me. I would love to have this talk with you, but I don't want you to judge me for the things that I'm going to think and say, and I'm not going to judge you for the things that you're going to think and say. Deal? And we fist bumped.
It was after the assassination attempt that she
It
was, like,
was
let's
the day
fucking
after
talk.
he got shot. He was
Okay.
she was just like, so can we talk about Trump getting shot in the ear? And I go, sure. Because I went to a barbecue the night it happened. And I
we
walked
were
in,
in the pool too.
it was one of them things where like we walked in and one of my buddy was like, oh, your boy got shot. And I go, first of all, not my boy, by the way. Secondly, at least we have something in common now. That's pretty cool, you know. And I watched the whole thing unfold, and I know that there were so many people, especially here, that got kicked the fuck up out of barbecues and neighbors that probably got into spats. I know of a couple personally where it's like my buddy was outside, and it's where I'm at, it's pretty fucking right leaning. And, you know, the neighbor came out while he was mowing the grass, and he was just like, hey, man, somebody fucking shot Trump. And my buddy was like, so? Like, what? I'm mowing. And he was just like, what the fuck you mean? It just, I imagine there were so many of those kind of conversations that day. So my question is, do you think, like, as a couple, do you think that politics is something that you should almost leave out of your fucking relationship? Like, do you think that people,
No.
like, I don't know about you guys, this is the first time in 15 years, but I imagine like there's certain couples that are fucking, you know, on the same page, not on the same page. Does it rip apart families? Like, there's going to be a lot of drama this year, I think.
Oh,
And I'm
I think so,
curious
too.
how you guys handle that.
Well, I've got teenage girls. I got
Oh, even
20-year-olds
better.
you have young
that
adults.
I have to, that we start. And my middle child, she's into it, and we
Just
have
a gang
discussions
of
about this.
lip-dart kids. You got to
No,
bat
we
them
have-
with a broom.
We have discussions about what's going on. If you don't think that this was some kind of if there's one or two things that happen, either this was complete utter stupidity on the Secret Service, which I don't believe, or this was a setup to take him out, and the motherfucker missed, and now they're fucked because they'll never get to him again unless they use a car bomb.
Well, he got made right before he shot. The guys
30 minutes. 30 minutes. Wait.
No, no. I mean, like right before the guys, the Secret Service guys on the roof. Like you can see the videos of them. Like they saw him right before he shot. So I think it might
like
have
an
been
hour
knew-
before.
they saw
knew
him.
of him.
Do you know who was inside the building? Do you know who was inside the building that sniper was on
I
top
know.
of?
police.
Adam Simmons.
Yeah, and the police,
Uh,
the anti-sniper team
Yeah.
was inside the building that asshole was on top of. There
Well,
is
and the
no,
videos, the guys going, "Hey, there's a guy on the roof right there with the gun, shooting
Jason's
it
got
or
something.
pointed at Trump."
He's holding his hand up. What do you got,
My,
Jason?
my only question about what John just said is if they wanted to take out Trump, then why'd they let 20-year-old numbnuts do it
Right.
instead of somebody who's like
Okay.
Bingo.
make
Bingo.
a shot?
Can I give you guys a little piece of information? Because this is something that came up in my conversation with my wife about Donald Trump. She goes, I think it was a setup. And I just stopped. I was washing dishes. I
Your
was
wife
washing
is
stuff.
based.
all right,
I
set
was
up how?
washing, wiping a plate off, and she said that. She said, I think somehow it was like rigged or something. And I stopped and I looked at her and I said, I can guarantee you, as a person who's been shot in the face, getting shot in the face on purpose is probably not the first option. Like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't just wake up and be like, you know what? I would like somebody to just shoot me in the ear.
Let's make
Just to
somebody
prove a
shoot me in the face.
That's
But
Yeah.
only the ear, but only the fucking ear.
Year-old jack off like
And,
Almy
and
just said.
trust a 20-year-old. You think Donald
Yeah.
Trump would trust a fucking 20-year-old
If you
dipshit
want to go, if
from
you
a
want to
roof
go the
200
deep
yards away?
and think that like maybe he sewed a blood pack to his ear that blew his fucking
People
ear
are
up.
saying that. People are
No.
saying that it was a
It's
setup.
morons.
He
You want
yeah.
to go for that? then
Killed.
Okay,
Somebody was
but let me
killed
tell
behind
you,
him. Yeah.
nobody's
Trump
going
set
to
it up.
stand on the business end of a fucking AR-15
I
and
don't,
be like,
I,
hey,
I
yeah,
don't think there's
only
enough
hit me in the
incentive
ear,
for
please.
Trump. I don't think there's enough. I mean, he's already fucking doing pretty darn good. He doesn't need to risk getting his own fucking head blown off.
Exactly.
That's
No.
a Hail Mary play. If
So
you
you're-
want to believe that somebody would actually do that, they got to do that when they're like losing and they're behind. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
I
Desperation.
might die, but
Yeah.
at least I got a chance. It's a Hail
Yeah.
Mary
He-
play.
he doesn't-
You don't
he-
do that if you're up in the fucking fourth quarter. What you do is you put your fucking second or third string in
Mhm.
and you fucking go ice the QB's fucking shoulder and shit. You're not like, oh, let's do a fucking Hail Mary and maybe break your fucking neck.
Does anybody know what he just said? Because I don't.
Yeah.
He's like Joe
I'm
Biden.
saying you wouldn't
Yeah.
risk it when you're already kicking somebody's ass. It's dumb.
However, Jody, if you would like, I'll be the first person to actually answer your question because
Okay.
we want to
Mhm.
get close to
Thank you,
answer.
Randy.
I
I want to hear you and Duchess. And I want to hear Brooke too, because I don't want you to just speak for Brooke. I don't think that's
No,
fair.
I wouldn't do that. But for what I think you have to discuss politics as a couple. I don't think you have to agree. I think you can be you can be on polar opposites. Old dude, the Raging Cajun, him and his wife, he's a
I
conservative.
follow him
His-
too, James Carville.
yeah, James Carville, and his wife is a staunch liberal, and that they've been married for years and years. They disagree.
They must
Brooke-
really love each other, because I feel like if you don't like each other, it would just be another log on that fire. So
well, it's all about if you're going to be rational or you're going to be retarded. It's your choice in your political
Oh, I bet
context.
they
You know
have
what I'm saying?
like
Like,
the best sex life because they just call each other names and stuff. They're like, "You fucking libtard bitch, purple hair, fucking."
I don't think that you, honest to God, I really don't think that you can have a relationship with somebody that you don't have the same values with. I really don't think that.
Opposing view, you would think, right? Like you're gonna butt heads at some point.
Yeah, I really do believe that.
I mean, there's things that Brooke and I disagree on. She's much more liberal than me.
My wife is. I wouldn't call me conservative. I'd call me.
I'm not the most conservative. I'm just a fiscal conservative. I'm a social liberal, sons. You should be able to fuck what you want. You should be able to do whatever you. I don't give a shit, sons.
But stop sending my money to Ukraine, goddammit. I'm tired.
Yeah,
of it. I want to go there.
All I give a shit about. So we kind of meet in the middle there, and I think you should discuss it though. If you just don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
So you said why a 20-year-old kid? All right. So how, what happens is you get people that get into a 20-year-old kid who has no social media. All right. You find this kid, you basically keep talking to him, work him up, tell him what to do.
They groomed him.
They groomed him and they got him ready to go. And they knew he was going to go do this and they let it happen.
Oh, so
How the fuck
part
do you
makes
get a
sense.
ladder? How do you get a ladder into a situation like that and lean it up against the fucking building that the
He
cops are
wasn't
in?
inside the building.
No, he put a
It
ladder.
makes
He put a
sense
fucking
that
tape ladder.
you groomed this 20-year-old, but like, don't you want to hire a guy that can do the fucking job? Like, yeah, you can talk him into it,
You
but
also
then
gotta
when he
find
gets
a guy
on the
that's
roof, he
willing to
fucking
die.
misses.
Listen, Chris
Listen.
Beck is available. I just found that out a couple months ago. He's a free agent. You can call him up and come over and kill the guy 3 times.
There's only one reason that Donald Trump is alive, and it's by the grace of God that what happened is when that guy shot, he turned his head this much and it hit his ear. If it didn't, it would have went right in the side of his head. He'd be dead right now and we'd be in a civil war.
I think it's because the snipers caught sight of it, and I think he caught sight of the snipers. That was like a whole timing thing. And yes, you're right. He
So my wife was curious why they didn't shoot the guy before, and this was my argument. I said, "Listen, in the
it was in like seconds."
But here's the thing: they saw him beforehand, and so the question is, why not shoot him before? And she was she said that they should have just killed him, but they thought he was going to shoot him. And I go, I don't think the police want that. They don't want gunshots at a fucking rally.
Right.
They want to make sure that his goddamn finger is on that trigger before they pull it. And unfortunately,
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. The
I don't know.
Secret
I'm just
Service,
talking.
I'm telling you, all right, because I've been that deep in this whole thing, and I was talking to Dan Bongino, who used to be a Secret Service guy, he is going off on this thing. You do not. If you think there's a threat, you take.
That's what I assumed, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is what happened.
Yeah, try walking up to the White House. Try walking past the fence.
It happened
Exactly.
when Obama was there. Some dude broke in. It was pretty hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
A cop sees that there's a ladder against there. He climbs up the ladder. When he climbs up the ladder, he looks over the side and he sees the guy with the rifle. The guy with the rifle spins around and points the gun at him.
Mm-hmm.
The cop went back down the ladder and then tried to get on the radio because he didn't have his gun drawn because he's on a ladder.
Yeah.
The guy, the sniper
his gun in
then
his
Draw your gun and go back over the ladder.
the guy then turned
Or
and then
radio
shot.
somebody.
That's how fast it happened. So they didn't see him. They didn't see him over the. They didn't see him over the ridge. The problem I have is that there's no way that any Secret Service did a site plan there and would not have snipers on that roof. There's
My
no
wife
way.
said drones. She
No,
was like, they don't have drones.
No
Watch
drones,
every goddamn roof.
Nothing.
No, nothing. There's
No.
no way that happened.
No
That's
overhead.
why
Unless
the
they.
Secret Service lady director has been on all these Good Morning America and been like,
should
"We
be
fucked-
fired.
We fucked up." She's
be
had to go up and be like, "I'm the worst."
Guys, I'm sorry. I fumbled.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see what her
My bad.
employment history is, where she came from?
She's
Yeah,
a
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
manager of McDonald's. I was going to say McDonald's.
Yeah.
Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Yeah, she came from Pepsi.
Look.
The thing is,
Perfect.
She wants to
DEI
get 30.
hire.
She
So
wants to get
qualified.
30% women in the Secret Service. Look,
I'm not
if you're-
against that, but
Well,
like
I am.
qualified
No,
women.
no. I'm going to shut you up right now, John. Women can be in it. They
Qualified
shouldn't
women.
be on the front line guarding, but I think they can be everywhere else because
Right.
you,
The
do, you
personal
do need to have a
bodyguards-
physical size.
Personal
You need to have-
bodyguards should be
yeah.
Brock Lesnar's. They should have 8 Brock Lesnars standing around.
You need the
If
strength and the
you wanna
stamina to pick someone up.
Uncle
and
Randy,
go.
are you busy? Do you want to go hang out with DT and maybe be his personal security and stand in front of him?
Oh, hell no.
Poor Jesus.
But I do want. What do you got, Almy? I can see you foaming.
Next.
I was just going to say, I disagree with all of you. I think they should have women around him guarding him, but they should have like tits out and like tight, like bikinis and shit. and
I
distract the
agree.
motherfuckers because
It's a
everyone's like,
pretty good
"Ooh,
plan,
That
actually.
20-year-old wouldn't know what to do.
because they're like they're going to be blinded by the titties. I'm
Big
thinking
fat
the titty meat.
titties. Yep.
Who's gonna
Look.
shoot a nice set of tits?
That's what
kind of
I'm saying. You're
monster?
gonna like. He's gonna be like, well, fuck, I got to put the gun down and I got to jerk real quick. And then
They're
they're
like,
gonna fucking
hang
pop
on,
him
where
while
are
he's
their
popping
tits
off.
out? Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gonna get double
I mean,
pop. He's gonna
Listen,
like.
I love a good conspiracy as much as anyone, but honestly, straight up, like giving the real, I think this is just a complete embarrassment that we just fucking dropped the ball and some
Secret Service.
retarded kid got to climb up on a fucking building and shoot at our former president. Like it's fucking
Agreed.
crazy.
Not
Yeah.
shoot that shot his
There's-
fucking ear off.
There's
I have a real
listen,
question this
I-
time. It's not a silly statement. Do you guys think that like this is the one time they fucked up, but they do this every weekend? I mean, Donald Trump alone, he's campaigning. He's in a different place every day.
Yeah.
They do this every single day of the week, every fucking week of the year.
Yeah.
Do
What
you
would they-
guys think that there's shit that happens where they catch the kid climbing the ladder and they
They
take him out and we
brutalize
just
it
never
every-
hear about it or what?
No,
No.
not every time.
no, because
No.
that guy, the
Not
kid
every
would never.
time, but there got to be times.
That
in
kid
the
was
year
wandering
that-
around an
Story in the
hour
parking
before.
lot
They
with
knew
a
he was
piece of
there. They
dynamite
should have
in
taken him
front of
out at that
I
point. Not
think-
not physically, but like removed him from the scene.
Yeah. I'm saying that for every
They could've
one of
done
these
that.
things that happens where, oh, they fucked up and the guy got into position and actually got to take a shot, he
Yeah.
had a chance at assassinating a
Yeah.
political candidate. Do
Seriously.
you
yeah.
think there's got to be 10 times where the guy was trying to do something, but they caught him beforehand or whatever?
Absolutely.
Report that. CNN
Absolutely.
would be reporting that. They're like, oh,
I don't think they would. I think if a sniper, if they were at a fucking Biden rally 4 years ago and a sniper saw 500 yards away some kid jerking off on the roof and
A
smoke,
black kid
and
accident over
nobody
his
saw
shoes, they would have shot him right in
and,
the
and
head.
no one saw it or heard it because of the
yeah.
the silencers and the suppressors on the guns. I don't think they'd float it unless a news station picked it up. I think they'd keep it quiet.
They're
Why would you
supposed
want to
to.
talk about shooting the kid that was jerking off on the roof? Just let it be.
They're supposed to scan 1,000 yards out. They're supposed to
Oh, I
have
agree. They
They're
should.
trained for that. Yeah.
1,000
tell you.
yards out.
They
And the
probably
fact,
Gave Trump the B squad though, just to be petty.
They
There's
gave him
like,
the
no,
C
no,
squad.
you
No, because Jill was in Pittsburgh
Oh,
and
she had the
Kamala
B
was in
squad?
Philly. So
Oh.
Trump got like the leftovers
right.
You got like
of his squad.
Now there's the
And so-
movie. I've been trying to think of how the movie gets spun. It's like now we got to put together the slapstick comedy where he
That's
That's
has-
really what it was. Like the
fucking
lady in the
bodyguard.
cafeteria and then the,
Well, you got to
the
protect Kamala.
traffic
son.
guard and
How,
shit.
how important is she to our damn republic?
Where-
She has been valuable.
Oh, so
Has there been a vice president you've heard less from?
I don't hear much about
Literally.
vice presidents.
Literally.
This whole
our
conversation I
borders
have,
are.
but
She's
they don't-
amazing.
They don't do shit really.
Well,
I
you
mean,
know,
damn
she
well,
is.
we had the potato spelling wrong and shit. Like at least there was
No.
something cool there.
even Joe
And
Biden when he was
with
pres-
W, at
vice
least
president.
Dick Cheney started wars and shit and blew up
Shot
countries
shot his
in the
friend
face.
in the face. right?
and
Didn't he
Cheney
shoot
made a
was
somebody?
bunch of money
Emperor
rebuilding
Palpatine.
the countries he blew up. With Halliburton. At least that was cool.
Yeah.
Listen,
That was cool.
that lady
Nothing.
sucked.
She's been
that
cricket.
lady sucked dick right to the top. And she's
Cricket.
not done yet because they're going to have to figure out some way to get rid of her, and she might end up on the fucking Supreme Court.
Oh my
telling you.
God.
That's all you got to do. Almy would be our president.
So, look,
That is true.
there is no way. Like the Secret Service is so
Yeah,
embarrassed
second
about what happened here,
They should be.
and there's no way that there's multiple people should be fired over this. Multiple people,
what
and
is
I don't
Steve
trust.
Gutenberg doing?
I don't
He should
trust
come
this-
back and be the star.
Fucking Steve Gutenberg. son.
Gutenberg.
There's a random.
Secret
Short
Service?
circuit.
No?
He's on a
Police Academy.
He's on a
Academy.
broken-
Jesus.
he's on a broken hip tour right now.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to come back and he can be the head guy from the Secret Service that day that picked the squad. And then you
No,
throw
we need
like
the guy.
older,
Yeah.
Literally get all the police academy guys.
or maybe Will
Police
Ferrell.
Academy
Will
guy
Ferrell
that-
could be the director guy. He's just like, I don't know, guys.
I know you guys are all fucking around and you think it's funny, but here's what they really should do. They really should take Dan Bongino, who was a guy that was in this, the guy who loves this country, a guy who takes this job seriously, and they make him the head of the Secret Service, and nobody would get fucking through
Well, he
there.
protected Obama.
He protected Obama and Bush.
Yeah.
Right. And he knows what's
12
going
years.
on. He knows this inside and out, and he would never let somebody get hurt on his watch because that job means a lot to him. They put some DEI hire in there, and she almost got the fucking
Where is he now?
president,
Bongino.
Bongino.
Now he's a right wing, super duper. Like he's went too far
podcaster.
politically
Yeah.
that I don't think he can.
He's a
He
podcaster.
could step
He
into.
does.
Yeah. Yeah, every day he goes over on Rumble, and there's about 180 to
So many
200,000
people.
people watch his show live.
Yeah.
Crazy. I put it on
Right.
today, and I was just watching his numbers just go like.
That's not the guy with the eye patch, is it?
I think
No,
I'm.
No.
That's
Okay.
that's the
Hey,
I'm
Jason.
looking up Steve
Congressman
Gutenberg
from
for you.
Crenshaw.
Is he
I got
like
it.
Dan
16?
Crenshaw. Yeah.
Jason.
No, I
can
love
I
Dan
watch
Crenshaw.
the movies, just shit ain't nobody ever heard of.
Who?
I'm telling you though, I like Tulsi Gabbard, sons.
I do
Yeah,
too.
So does John.
I
I
love
love
her.
Tulsi. I love her.
And Vivek Ramaswamy. I
Yeah,
think he would be an excellent
I
guy. I
think
wanted him
Ramaswamy
for
would.
It'd be cool just to have an Indian dude there. Like I'm all for it, dude. Like let's do that shit.
I
But
don't
stop
give a
spending
shit.
all the goddamn
Listen,
money.
I don't give a shit. And I'll tell you what? I love
John
JD.
doesn't care about diversity.
I love JD Vance as the vice president. That motherfucker is a smart son of a bitch.
He's fucking 10.
Yeah, that's what I said when
Looks
I
like
was like,
Trump's
"You look
grandkid."
25.
He got his first boner like
cracks
last
me up?
year.
People say that. People say, you know what? All these olds are
He's
running
been pretty
the country.
successful. He's got 3 kids.
Well, they say they want all these olds and they're running in the ground. Now we find somebody that's smart, that knows his
That's
shit,
exactly
and
why
he's
he did
young,
it.
and now they're like, oh, he's too young. What the fuck do you want?
That
Well,
means
how-
he's not
I
good
want
enough.
the best guy for the
That's
fucking
right.
job.
Look,
John, that's-
Obama was a freshman
I
senator.
was kind of hoping he took the black guy from South Carolina.
Tim Scott.
The gay
Scott?
guy?
Oh no.
The gay
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
Tim
be
Scott.
Well, I don't care that he's gay. I just
Gay
don't think he's
vice
got a whole
president?
lot to say.
Oh, we'd have a first first vice
First
man.
ma-
Gentleman,
men?
sir. First
First-
gentleman.
The first
we
gay,
already have a first gentleman.
the first gay
Well-
president was Obama.
Vice-
Well, I'm
Because
telling you right
you
now,
guys
I don't
are so
care.
mean.
I'm a conservative voting person, and I would vote for Trump at this point. But if
Over Biden, yes.
the Democrats were smart and they had their extra shit together and wanted to win, they would be running Michelle Obama
Yes.
because
She
she
can't
could
do
beat.
it.
She's the
Yes.
only one that could beat Trump.
Yes.
How?
understand-
What is
no.
her platform?
No, she would just beat him.
I don't know
Hands
about
down.
Oh, like physically?
She would beat him.
Oh, no, she would-
She's a
I don't
big
think
bitch,
she-
but
And
Big
then
Mike-
Fox guy.
Hey,
You mean-
Junior.
Big Mike wouldn't be able to handle the.
Big meat.
the Don.
Yeah, I just
She
think
would be able to
Popular.
handle it
she,
because
she would beat him.
And I think she would. She would
How?
only be. She would be a worthy opponent in like a debate too. Like because
with Trump.
you know,
I haven't
She
heard.
would.
Are you kidding
Because,
me,
she's
dude?
got-
She's so out of season right now. Trump would destroy Michelle Obama.
What would
Well,
she, what would her
now that
platform be?
now that he's been shot, nobody can beat him.
You can't stop him. He's Eminem in 2003.
Terminator
There's
thing.
I
nothing
can hear
you
it
do
now. I
about
can
it
hear it
now.
now.
Did you see 50 Cent put him up on
Yes.
the back screen at his
Yes.
concert?
He got
I
a
think he's going to be on
felony.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
They were saying rumors that he was going to be at the RNC tomorrow night.
He caught a
50
fucking
Cent.
felony
That-
charge and he got
Yep.
shot. Like,
nine.
2 months apart. Not even. He's a
He's
gangster.
definitely
Get
blacker
back
than
to
Obama
leader.
for that. Definitely
Why-
blacker than
why
Obama.
don't they give
he
him-
got
yeah,
shot and he got felonies.
He's got
No.
street
He got
cred.
baby
Come on.
mamas.
He's got a baby
Didn't pay
mama.
his
Yeah,
taxes?
Yeah, he's almost a
Thug.
thug,
Close
yeah.
the door.
You fucking thug life. Dude, Donald Trump thug life t-shirt. Sell
I
that
think-
shit, Domingo. You'll make money.
I think they're going to make him an honorary N-word. To be quite honest with you.
Oh, that'd be so good. Could you imagine the speeches? He's like, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I love all you.
All my ninjas.
Nah.
Dude, if Trump came out and that happened, I think it's already over. Honestly, like no bullshit. If I'm the Democratic Party, I go ahead and call it in. All right.
Legalize weed. That's the only thing that's going to get you out of it now.
This one's a wash. Let's start planning for 4 years from now.
Yeah, what
and
they got to
in the
do
next
is
8 years.
pay my student debt off, and then
You got to do a big one. You got to
There you
pay
go.
the debt. You
Oh,
gotta
no,
do-
and
Hey,
I'm
my
with you.
student debt.
Almy, I was fucking Biden fucked me, son. Fucked me.
How's that?
Didn't
Yeah,
get
fuck
my fucking student loans erased.
I know. I'm still sitting on my student loan
I'm
too.
still
They looked
got
at me and decided, "Hey, he's a white guy who makes money.
Yeah,
We don't. Have
you're
to
just a
pay
white
his."
guy. No,
He can
we
fucking
need
afford
stupid
it.
students that we can
or you're
manipulate.
Fucking
everything.
afford my
85
student loans
years
doesn't mean
old.
I want to. I want that 40K back, bitches.
Absolutely. And Biden promised me in his campaign that I would get it. He lied to me. No, I
Yeah,
didn't
he
vote
lied
for
to
him.
me,
No
man. Fucking
shit.
pay my shit.
Shocker, he lied to
Imagine
everybody.
that. He promised you something and that he knew he couldn't give you. Then he got your vote. Then he fucked you. Just
No,
like
he
a
didn't get my
Democrat.
vote. I just
He didn't
wanted
get
him
my
to-
vote. I voted for
give my money
Kanye
away.
West last time.
Dude, I'm telling you, I like Kennedy. Y'all might not like Kennedy. I actually like
Yeah.
Kennedy.
I can't listen to his voice, Randall.
Oh,
If
it
he had
makes
a
me
baby-
sick. It makes me want to vomit. I agree.
Somebody on. I'm not going to steal this joke. Legion of Skanks called him Emperor Palpatine for real, and that Big J Ogerson did an impression. Go look it up. It's the funniest goddamn thing because he sounds like a villain. Like you
Yeah.
can't sound like that and be the Speaker of the Nation.
No.
Well, you know he's
Not a
got a
chance.
condition, right? Like it's a throat paralysis.
yeah.
I don't care.
That's
You
why
have
he
to
won't
talk.
win.
Sounds
It's
terrible.
part of your thing. And if he comes in, he's like,
This is
it's not
this
gonna
is
fucking work.
exactly why the country's in the shape it is right now.
Because of
Forget
Alan.
about the guy if he could do a great job. Forget about anything else. I don't like his voice. What kind of fucking hippie
It's
faggot bullshit
part of the
is
deal.
this?
Look, but that's how
What is
people
your
vote.
job?
They're
Is
gonna.
this
Yeah, I'm
They're
not
gonna
saying
pick
it's
that.
sway my vote
This
one
is
way or
in
the other
high
to
school.
go, but
This
what
is
I'm
in
Of course,
high
it's not
school.
fucking high school, but
All
that's
right,
how
but
people
I'm just
see
saying,
him.
you got to look.
You
at
ruined
can't
the
look,
country, Jody.
You
You
have to
ruined it.
look at a guy for what he can do, and if he's smart enough to do it. If you don't like his voice, who gives a fuck
It's just
It's
the
part of
about
the
his
human,
job.
voice?
human nature.
I'm
part
right,
of
Human nature.
and I'm
job.
with Jody. If when he talks, I want to shit my pants. It makes my stomach hurt. Like
Listen, Jamigo.
It's like a
why
brown
Trump-
note.
Let me ask you a question.
No, let me
If-
ask you a
If
question.
you're, hang on, wait
Listen.
a minute. If he became president, not that he would do this because he's a
Okay.
Democrat, but if he became president and got the inflation rate down, got gas prices down, shut the border down, and all that, would you
Not a
give a shit
Democrat.
about how his voice sounded? I wouldn't.
yes,
I-
I would rather him use Stephen Hawking's voice. Just use the robot voice.
I'm saying,
He
you
could
know,
use
yeah,
AI.
got
Just
a-
type it in.
John, it's just part of it. It's because it's part. Like
it's
yeah,
not
the
part of it.
package.
It's literally
all
half
the
of it.
package.
policies are
Yeah.
I
important.
want him to
Yes,
use one of those like little smoker things, the little
Yes.
things they put up on their
For
neck.
the
Tracheotomy?
stoma, for the
The
stoma.
cancer kazoos.
tracheotomy.
Cancer kazoo. Did you just make that up? Who said cancer kazoo?
I did.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Oh, I've heard that, but
Oh, look, hey, guys, everybody from the fucking Times Square. It's RFK Jr. Hey.
My fellow Americans, I am here today to give you my platform. I
Okay.
don't want to give any kids vaccinations.
Okay, it's funny now.
I want to shut down the border.
It's
I
it's
want to
not.
pinch Michelle Obama and find out if she's got a cock or not.
It's the other
She's
half.
got one of them
the
really
It's
big
the
lady
reason-
clips.
It's the reason why
yeah.
Trump is
She's
winning
got a
right
female
now.
bodybuilder clit. We know. We know.
Yeah. She's a woman. She just got a giant clit. That's all.
I'm not joining in on this. Michelle Obama's
that's
fucking hot.
enormous.
You
It's
guys-
enormous if the pictures are correct.
Her clit's
It's
so
like-
big it's circumcised.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever done the sign, you've looked at it though. When those clits get bigger, they look like little dicks.
Dude,
Stop looking at Michelle Obama's clit, you fucking.
she was
nasty
on
bastard.
Ellen. She was on Ellen and dancing, and she had a fucking. She was poking out
Oh,
the side of her
Come on,
pants.
that was
She
so.
had a boner. Who
was
gives a
edited.
fuck?
You guys are the meanest. You're the meanest people I've ever seen. I will not stand for this Michelle Obama slander.
Look,
She's
I'm
got
sitting
dude
down.
arms. I'll give you that. She's got dude arms. but
She's a strong woman. she's
she got a
strong
beefy
woman.
fucking vagina. I promise, but it's a vagina.
I'm going to tell you right now, I love sucking Michelle's dick.
I miss Obama. At least he could speak well to other countries. I'm
You
ashamed.
hear what I'm saying right now? He
I'm
just said that.
ashamed when,
He
when
was
our
the-
leaders talk to other countries. I'm like, we're fucking. Right.
It's why we made fun of George Bush. It's why Biden's losing right now and Trump's winning. It's because
At least
talking
George
and
Bush was like
talking is
likable and like, hey, I'm your buddy. Biden's like,
comparison, but he's sucking that.
Dave says Michelle Obama is
I
one
don't know if
handsome
that's
lady.
Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, look,
I
I'm
think
just
it's
saying this. First of all,
Pretty sure.
Barack Obama, the 8 years he was in as president, he put this country back racially 20 years. All right. He started this whole bullshit about systemic racism and all this other nonsense. We were getting along fine. And then he came in there and started making, yeah,
Were we?
We're a lot better. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
you
In
remember
your
when
in your
this-
world, I don't know. I don't live.
That Obama was president.
Don't you
when
remember
All of
Rodney
us
King
white
said
people
he's out of it.
proclaiming it.
Listen, in the 70s and 80s, the N word used to fly around the dinner table. You know, Thanksgiving,
It's
they would
pretty
get on and
insane how
talk
many
about
times
all
I've
that
heard it
stuff.
in my life, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, okay. And what happened was we started getting along, and you know, and then he came in and started his shit.
our
Now we're
black
back to the
president
same
came in
thing.
and ruined it. Damn it.
Yes, yes, he did.
How dare he come in and ruin us?
Thanks,
all the white
Obama.
things that.
How dare you,
Thanks,
smooth talking
Obama.
black president, come in here and ruin this
He-
racial?
He smoked cools in the White House. I don't give a fuck what anything else. That's awesome.
Look,
Was it Cools or Newport?
No, he smoked cools. He was
Okay.
a cools guy. which is even
Exactly.
better than Newports.
Hey, there you
Cools
go.
are rough. I couldn't
Last
smoke
year.
those.
You know what
Oof.
Biden's doing? Biden wanted to take an
Biden.
outlaw menthol
Biden
cigarettes.
doesn't know what he's doing.
Biden doesn't know
I
exactly.
know. So he wanted to outlaw menthol cigarettes, and all of a sudden he said, "Well, Jesus Christ, the blacks aren't going to vote for us. Let's hold off until after the election before we pull a pin on that."
You ain't
grenade."
black if you don't
Biden
vote for
is
me.
just being
Let
jerked
me-
around by like puppet strings. Like,
Let me ask Almy this question because I know Almy is good with the rabbit hole stuff. What do you think? Do you think Biden is alive in there, or are they keeping him? No, seriously. Like, do you think they're medicating him,
Oh,
prolonging his life, and like Adderalling him up for his campaigns because he's so down? Like, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Seriously, like, no bullshit, Almy. I know you know chemistry like I do.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
you know, I mean, sure, you could put them on certain cocktails and shit like that. I mean, the uppers and shit like that right before he goes out. Yeah, and I mean, you could do a lot of intravenous vitamins, make sure he's really well hydrated. I mean, there's some shit you could do, but that's all like prop him up short term for
Yep.
the next couple of months. But if he wins, that's like the problem that you don't
Yeah.
want, because now you got to do the same shit for 4 more years, and I'm not sure he got 4
You
years.
probably got to
left.
step
Yeah.
it up.
He
Right?
doesn't.
No way.
And it already it puts such a toll on you.
Why have-
Anyways,
why
and,
have his
like,
eyes turned black?
they are solid black.
Right? Isn't that
Like,
creepy?
you ever watch
Yeah.
Supernatural? You know,
I think
like
it's
when
probably
somebody
because he had a
possessed by
near-death
a demon
experience.
and
He
like-
died. They brought him back, and he's seen the other side.
It could have. Yeah, that makes
his
sense.
his
Yeah.
It's like a
pupils.
shark. It's
His
like doll
pupils
eyes.
are pink.
Dead
They're
eyes.
wide open, and whatever they got him on, his pupils are wide open. That's why his
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
look black.
So-
There's
Yeah,
no
really.
eyelashes there.
Doesn't that happen when you die for real?
He
Like
does-
your eyes dilate or
Well,
whatever?
yes, yeah, because there's no.
I think Allen's right. He is dead. He is a dead man.
You're
that
not
they-
responding to the light. Like
There's
the
not
pupil
even any
wouldn't
white
close.
though
Yeah.
around the people.
Some-
He's has some creepy eyes.
Some
for
people
sure.
think that there's an actor in there with a mask on
No.
doing a Biden impression.
Well,
There's one streamer I watched who would
impression.
say that. He would be like, "Oh, the actor," and he referred to Kathy Griffin because she passed. I'm like, "No, she's still alive." And he's like, "No, it's the actor." I'm like, "All right, I'm not watching you anymore."
Well,
'cause
my
you're a little
favorite thing is
crazy.
how far
Alex Jones is that?
No, it's
how
some
far
guy in
Biden
it.
has had his eyes pulled back.
Yeah,
So tight on
Facelifts,
the
yeah.
side. It is awesome.
Mm.
Awesome.
I love when he came out with his spray tan. I was like, he came out for that one press conference. I'm like, holy fuck, he's orange.
Well, whatever he was on last night, I was like, he is orange as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well, maybe he
no,
thinks that's how he's gonna win. Maybe they'll
He's
think
like,
him.
oh, yeah, Trump's orange. Maybe I'll go orange.
He's gonna have a band-aid on his ears soon. He's gonna come out like, ow.
Oh, at the
Oh,
RNC,
yeah.
Trump had the ginormous, like, he's covering his whole ear. I was like, yeah.
Hey, you think you
What-
can get somebody to shoot at me one time? Don't really.
I
hit
think
me,
you
just
could.
Shoot, shoot.
But Randall said that night. He was like, the Democrats right now are figuring out how
Son
can
of
we
a
shoot
bitch.
Biden and make him live.
At this
Well, he's
point,
hiding now. They said he has COVID.
Yeah, now
Right.
he's got COVID.
COVID.
I'm
sure he
not
does.
That shit
gonna
could kill an old
shut-
man like him. I mean, he's hell if he's not dead already.
He's,
Oh, he's had
80.
16 boosters. He should be fine.
Yeah.
He should be
them goddamn
fine.
shots. I don't
According
It's
think
not the fact that COVID is fucking nothing right now.
Well, he's got long.
Good about
What happened? He had
COVID.
long
Like,
COVID.
you got COVID. I'm like, all
And he's
right,
got the
you
sniffles.
in your
He's got
fucking
the-
tea, or like you stubbed your toe on the coffee table. Like it's
Yeah.
less.
It's like
Yeah.
the flu.
Serious
You get it, and you
now.
move on. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the flu is way worse. We
I've
had
had
the flu
COVID
last
4
year.
times during this phone
Hammered.
call.
Everybody talk at once, so we can never hear it. No, we don't hear anybody.
Oh, my
That's what we
God.
want.
All right. All
We need
right.
a
I'm sorry.
talking
Go ahead,
stick.
Randall.
Oh no, I was just saying that the flu is much worse than COVID.
I agree with you.
Somebody just had it at my work. Somebody went out for 2 days, and the doctor just said, "Yeah, Wednesday you can go back to work." It's
Yeah.
Get your ass back to work, pussy.
Yeah.
use your
Once your
vacation
fever
days.
drops, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you had it twice? Didn't you, Duchess?
I did. I had it a couple months ago.
Right.
I was like, why do I have a fever? I was like,
God
shit.
damn.
I know. it
So
sucked.
far, I've only had it once. Knock on wood.
Never had it. I'm not pure blood. Like I said, I got 4 of them goddamn shots. I think I had enough, so I'm good. We'll
What's
see
your?
what happens.
Jody? Do you know what your blood type is?
Nope. I gotta find out. Rock and roll, baby.
There's a.
Well, now his blood type doesn't exist since he's had the shots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Xenon,
We're
true, too.
tainted.
Alpha, whatever the fuck they call it now.
You're not
Whatever
pure blood.
Elon Musk's kid's name is.
There is a
Space
certain.
ship.
I forget
Neon.
what blood type there is, like an A or whatever it is. That blood type doesn't seem to get COVID for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, well, it's not A positive because I have that. And I've gotten it twice. So
You'd think I would know my fucking blood type. at
What are
this
you,
You
A
should.
negative, babe?
I'm A negative.
Yeah.
I think
Blue
I'm
base bitch blood.
I'm AB Tapioca is what I am.
Tapioca.
AB gravy.
I'm a
Sausage and gravy. I'm
It's
sausage and gravy.
sludgy. It's just for your disco fries.
Duchess.
Yeah.
I'm very viscous.
I asked
Alma
about
knows that too, though, with the steroid, sons. You got to donate. You got to thin
You
that
gotta
blood out,
donate.
man.
You gotta do, you gotta take lisinopril.
Yeah. Blood dump.
Hydrochlorothiazide is also good because that will that's the diuretic that'll remove excess water.
Trust me, I'm on a diuretic right now. I can't stand it. I call it the pee pill. You take it in the morning and you pee until noon.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I know-
Hydrochlorothiazide, HTZ.
I know guys that bodybuild and they don't see the value of it. Can save your fucking life though, donating blood when they're on cycle just for thinning out their red blood cells so the shit doesn't become motor oil. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Man. And that blood is still usable for others. Just because there's roids in there still helps others.
Yeah, man, it really helps others.
I hope I get some of that.
Cancer,
Where are you
kidneys,
fucking guys
fucking-
donating at? Because I want some steroid blood.
Well, if you've gotten any from me, and I've done,
I could use some.
You want to go transfusion, Randall? Like,
I
come on,
donate every 8 weeks.
take it right out of the. I'll take it out of the tap.
I remember when I was at the college, I was doing college radio. They came down at the college and they were having a blood drive up in the cafeteria. So they came down and wanted us to announce it. So I was on the air and I said, well, why don't you come in and we'll talk about it? So they came in and she goes, well, will you come up and give blood? I go, oh, listen, I only give blood involuntarily, usually when I get punched in the face. So she goes, why don't you come up and do it? I was scared to death. I didn't want to do it. So I said, well, the only way I'll do it is if you let me record everything. So they go, yeah. So I took this big giant box tape recorder up there and they did the whole thing. And I just interviewed everybody as they took my blood and all. And she's like, oh, you're a good bleeder. I'm like, thank you. I mean,
They like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I
don't
gave
think I've ever
blood,
donated blood.
and then
I
I did
donate.
it. Yeah, I was
Excellent.
doing it. I think I did it like can you do it every 6 months or something? I did it every 6
Every
months for
8
a while.
weeks.
I think
Unless
a
you're a
little faster
woman.
than that. Yeah.
Unless you're a woman, don't do it every 8 weeks because
Yeah,
if you're a
well.
woman that hasn't hit menopause yet,
Well, you also have to look at your
you
hemoglobin.
naturally shed
your-
your red blood cells every month, so you
Yes.
will pass out because I
So
made
you gotta
them.
watch your iron levels for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a public
Randy.
service announcement. Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
gals, don't go give blood if you're already down a quart. You're
Yeah.
lock up your engine.
You gotta
They
let it
were having
rebuild.
them- Yeah, they were having them at my office every
Mm-hmm.
8 weeks, and I was doing it because you get cookies and you get a T-shirt.
They give you $100 at the place, I think.
Cookies and
Well,
juice.
I was
I'm all
like,
about it for
"This is
cookies,
juice."
yeah.
I get to, and this was years ago, but I was doing it every time they came. I was like, shit, because I have O negative, so it's like I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like I could be doing my part, and so I was like, sure, I'll take some time away from my desk and go get a cookie and a T-shirt, and then after like the fourth time, my iron was kind of low, but it wasn't like beyond the point where they were like, no. And I even asked them, I was like, so how often can you give blood? They were like, well, we come every 8 weeks. And it's like, you can give it every 8 weeks. And then the last time I did it, I literally almost passed out. And
Mm.
it was the worst feeling of it. Like, I thought I was going to die. And then I Googled it and was like, oh, bitch, no. When you're a woman, you're naturally shedding red blood cells every week. So you don't have enough time to build it back up.
Every
within
week or every
8 weeks.
month?
Every month, I mean.
Okay.
Yes, right. Every month you're shedding red blood cells naturally, and so you have to wait a longer period of time between donating blood, not just the standard like 8 weeks.
You're starting at a deficit.
So I literally have not given blood since then. Yeah, because I was like in the hole every time I was going there. Like
There
I
you
hadn't built
Set
it back
yourself
up.
back a little more. every
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So
They're caught up to you.
And it's like the worst feeling ever to have your like your blood drain so much that you're gonna pass out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not a good idea.
It's not a good feeling. It feels like
But
so I had-
remember,
It's woozy.
I don't like bleeding out of multiple holes either.
mm-mm.
Yeah,
remember,
well, it's not fun.
mm,
remember, women get PMS, but men suffer from it.
Not if you do it right.
please,
There's no suffering at all.
please.
Yeah, I enjoy the blood dumping process, but I'm a psycho, sons.
Nah,
Um,
You got your red wings?
It was fine for me when I wasn't gonna die that one
oh,
time.
no, I'm
You've
with
never
you.
experienced that.
No, and I probably never.
If I never did, I would go and give blood every month if I could. I don't give a shit. Put a needle in my arm, I'll give blood.
I get
don't-
called all the time.
I don't care
all the
about that
time.
part. It was the part about feeling like I literally was
Yeah.
my soul was leaving my body.
Oh yeah, I've seen people pass out at the table. Good looks
It's an
terrible.
awful feeling. Like it's literally it was all of a sudden the coldest cold
Yep.
from my forehead down to my toes, and I was like, oh dear
You get
God.
like that tunnel vision, like
Yes.
everything just goes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Yep.
you see the faces of everybody around you that's like, oh, fuck? Like,
Hey, Almy,
Not
have you ever given blood?
I have, yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if you were.
Did you pass out?
Nah, I haven't passed out from giving blood before.
Interesting.
You never got into like the new Bane and shit part of bodybuilding, did you?
No, I never did New Bane.
Like guys would inject that shit into their veins. Bodybuilding.
Yeah.
What is it,
Yeah,
like
I never
donkey
did that
blood or
shit.
something? Donkey cum? You just
I did
inject
just
it
about
in your
everything.
veins?
I did Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
does.
Donkey Kong.
Put it in
Yeah.
your butt cheeks?
Yeah, right in the middle there. Turkey
Wow.
baster.
Good lord.
Get that in there.
Yeah.
What's your TRT dosage, Uncle Randy?
I'm running right now. Prescribed the dosage is
30.
200 a week. I'm
200 a
probably
week.
running 350 a week.
Ooh.
You know,
He's a
Okay.
big fella, Jason.
What happens when you run out? I mean,
I'm
aren't you
doing a
gonna
little
run
bit
out
of a
of prescription
doing a
early?
little bit of a blast and a little bit of a bro TRT.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing where my numbers at. But that's how cool the system is now. Like even when you go to a doctor, they'll still sell you shit on the side. Like it's all awesome. Like TRT is wide open now. It's just incredible. You can just talk to your person that works at the TRT place. They'll sell you a little something on the side. So that's all good. It's just
Allegedly
Jesus Christ.
in Minecraft or in VR. Remember, this is live streaming on the internet, Randall.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm just talking about the world of TRT, sons. It's
don't
the
tell
wild
on your
world.
friends. So you're not going to be able to get any more, and you're going to be
I
all
mean, it's
defeated.
legally prescribed. It's all good in the hood.
Yes.
It is
all good in
crazy
the
how
hood.
it works now. You just go to the clinic. You'd be like, yeah, sure.
No, I mean they do your bloods every you know, shit, I think it's every 8 weeks. Got to go to LabCorp, check the bloods. As long as you're not you know, have anal seepage and obvious cancer, they'll write you another
Fresh
script. for it,
tattoos.
That's a problem.
Jesus.
You know,
No one
but
needs anal
it's pretty
seepage.
simple. I mean, when you get to be 40 and up, bro, I mean, you're legit testosterone. Now, a guy like me, and probably Almy could attest to this if you've ever dabbled in the mad sciences. Sure, you've probably affected your own natural testosterone levels and fucked them all up. But all you got to do is go in there. If they're below standard, to help you get them back.
I know people who shock their testosterone like that. They'll get one of these, you know, the Chinese import bottles, the ones that are whack, they're no good for you. And they'll run that bottle. You know, they'll do a dosage similar to what you're doing, maybe 500 mgs a week.
Yeah.
And they'll just crash their own testosterone. They'll run the bottle, zero test. Then they'll wait a month while that bottle clears out. They go in, their own test is still crashed, but all the synthetic tests they were taking is out of their system at that point, and you get a script. No problem.
100%. And your ball, you know, you're shut down. You know, it shuts down your.
I
your-
miss steroids, man. I fucking loved doing steroids. Steroids were the fucking shit.
He talks about steroids like I talk about doing coke. Like, it's
Well, no,
just-
I mean, what I like about it with Almy is Almy knows his shit.
good.
Oh
He
man,
knows
I was like a little steroid. I did all the research. I knew what to take. I knew what to mix. I knew what
good
to
drugs
blend.
work. That's the trick.
Well, no, but they can actually really can improve your life when done properly. I mean, fucking Rogan's been on steroids forever, testosterone.
How are your
Yeah,
balls?
you start getting-
Are your balls suffering at all? They still
Yeah,
big
your,
as
your
ever?
balls
They-
will shrink.
they-
Yeah, your balls shrink.
And I want the balls to go away.
I want-
Yeah.
well, that's-
What are you
well, I
doing with your
was gonna
balls
say,
on a day-to-day
No,
basis?
just cut my balls off. I just need
I
the
don't need
shape.
these.
Yeah, I was just
I
going to
whack
say.
myself.
They shrink
whack
your
myself
balls. Maybe
every day.
I might get on it just to shrink my balls, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
John,
it's
if you got a huge mud flap though from your enormous balls, I bet you would just have a.
A mud, like a beaver tail. Every
I'm
time
having-
you go to take a shit, it's
I'm having. Listen, I got lower back pain, so I got this BioFreezer spray on. I got out of the shower the other night. I bent over and sprayed it on my back, and apparently I went too low, and I got the back of my nuts. Jesus
Dude,
Christ!
BioFreeze is real good too. I use BioFreeze. That shit will freeze your nutsack.
Oh,
It's like
I
icy
freeze
hot.
it. Set it on fucking fire.
Yeah, it's like icy hot on your
I'm
fucking
like,
nuts.
Yeah.
God damn.
Gotta watch your aim, man.
Whew. Next time I'm tucking a towel between my legs. Next time I go to spray back there.
How did you get your back and your nuts, but not your aim?
I'm spraying. I'm just spraying, and I backed
He's
up.
just
and
like,
Because that's the only spot I would want to get less in my nuts. is my
listen,
aim.
I'm bent over.
Butthole.
I'm bent over, and the boys are hanging a little low, and I got some overspray
little
on them. What do you
low.
want from me?
butthole is probably
Shits
up
are hitting
in
his
his
calves.
calf too. Almy, he'd really have to spread them if he wanted to get the butthole. You'd have to really try.
Hey, speaking of that, are you all bio-bidet sons? We still, Jody, you still
No.
bio-bidet? And what are we doing here, son?
No, he
Yeah,
is.
man. Oh yeah, every show I fucking go on, buddy.
Bio-bidet
Bro,
po' boy.
I can't not have a bidet now. When we went to the beach, it sucks.
I'm spoiled.
Gotta-
Yeah, for sure.
All
That's
day
one of
long.
my stand-up jokes. If you ever go into a hotel room and you see that they have the shower wand that comes off, you know, they say 70% of the time that's been in somebody's ass. Unless I've been in a room,
They're getting
Unless I've
fecal
been in a
matter
room.
all in your fucking hair.
then it's 100.
Not really.
110.
Damn it, John! I'll be in a hotel tomorrow. Fuck
Guys
you.
stepped on my punchline. I hate you all.
Yeah, but
I heard it. I heard it. John.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know many hotels that do have a removable one because that just sounds like it would.
I don't think I've ever
Oh, it
seen
would be in
it.
every hole.
unsanitary.
Yeah, crazy bastards in hotels just shoving that up my ass, up your ass,
Up their
in
ass,
everyone's ass.
inviting people from other rooms.
Yeah, it's been
Honestly,
in there.
I would think anything in the shower would concern me less than the carpet, the drapes, the bedding.
It's
Like,
all
that
gross.
would be. That's all
The
disgusting.
doorknobs, the fucking
Everything.
pickles, the
Everything.
remotes.
I like
Yeah,
spraying
everything.
Lysol everywhere. Ugh.
Yeah.
You turn on a black light and it looks like zebra stripes.
Like a war zone, like a paintball fight. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Looks
but
like
have
my
you-
office right now.
Because I want to talk more steroids real quick, Almy. Have you noticed though that bros and champions that have done any roids are some of the more smarter people about their own health, like as far as their numbers? You know, they can fucking spit out
yes,
their fucking hematocrit,
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
fucking
Yes and
liver
no.
enzymes.
The
Yes
drug
and no, because
mathematicians.
they do know about liver enzymes like ALT and AST. They know about
Kidney function.
kidney markers of kidney health like glomerular filtration rate. They know about lipids because lipids is the number one thing you got to look out for. But
Yep.
I also feel like they're more aware of what each of these individual measures might like signify in terms of their overall health. But I also feel like the bros, and I mean I definitely fell into this camp, they're more like risk taking. They're like, yeah, I know my HDL is fucking 14, but also I got a
gotta
fucking
go
trend
sh- I gotta
class,
go
I
shoot
got a
up.
show coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. And I'm going to dehydrate and almost kill myself before I
The
go on. stage.
dehydration's the worst. So is the T3. The T3 and the
Oh, the
clenbuterol
thyroid?
and the dehydration. Those are the three things that kill.
Mingo,
motherfuckers.
you should get on steroids with your Mangiarno, and you should just get fucking jacked, dude. Wouldn't that be cool?
Dude, have you had your thyroid checked though?
No,
Domingo?
no, I
Yeah, because
really
I'm
need to get.
diabetic, so they check
It'll
my
give you a little
thyroid.
more energy. You'll be fucking bouncing around the house, dropping weight.
I
You'll
was,
turn
now
into
you
a
guys are
fucking
talking. I've
Terminator.
never had my testosterone checked, so I have no idea what it is. I'm sure it's lower than a goddamn snake's belly, but
Well, the benefit is the urologist does stick 3 fingers in your asshole to check your prostate.
Oh,
So that's
John.
fun, too.
You get 3 for 1 special. That's
Great,
Fine.
huh?
3 fingers. Jesus Christ. What
Damn.
the hell's he
Hell
doing
yeah,
back
dude.
there?
Does he buy you a drink?
For you, he's going to use the whole fist. Probably he's going to have to reach in there like a pregnant giraffe.
Just
you know,
go
get his
right
whole
in,
fucking
like-
arm in there. Like where's
Mother
this fucking
glove.
The
thing?
big plastic
cow.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a doctor. She was about my age, and you know, you're going in for checkup. She goes, you know, you've never had your prostate checked. I go, probably. When was
It's
she goes,
there.
when was the last time? I go, I don't remember. She goes, all right, drop them. I'm like, huh?
Huh?
She goes, yeah, don't think I'm enjoying this. I'm like, oh god.
Oh shit, that's me.
Yeah,
When
so
that guy pulled his,
bad.
she
when that
jelly
guy pulled
fingered
his
up.
fingers out of me, I was like, "Do you have a tip jar?"
Listen, they can check your PSA levels and blood, but yeah, they got to put their finger on that thing, sons. We got to see what size it is.
Yeah, she was in there. She was tapping around in there. She goes, oh no, it feels fine. I said, for you.
Keep
That's
going.
how I know that men aren't the
It feels
smartest people
great.
in the world, because I feel like a man would have developed a science now to where they don't have to stick a finger in their ass. It's the most archaic fucking Neanderthal.
Yeah, I mean, you can use
Really?
a finger test.
Really? Okay.
They don't have, I feel like you should have
You're
something on
fine.
your phone, something on your phone that you could hold up
We
against.
gotta get a shoehorn up
You know
our
what?
vagina.
Yeah.
to get a fucking
Imagine a
top in there,
Q-tip this
so-
long
Listen,
just shoved up your ass. How about
ladies,
that?
Ladies, I'm not arguing with you. They have cameras now. Listen, this is how you know they don't like you. They have cameras now that are smaller than my lighter that you can slide under a door. The SWAT team uses them to look around. They don't have to open your shit up like that. but you just let them do it. Why don't you fucking say like, hey, dude, don't you have a drone or something you could use? Fingers at him. You guys have been falling for these tricks for so long.
It takes 2 seconds.
That's a fair
Just
point, though,
fucking-
Jody. You're
that's-
not
This is
wrong.
gross.
You just
You're not
I almost
wrong.
punched the doctor the first time I saw when my wife was pregnant. The first time I saw the doctor stick his fucking
Yeah.
fingers in my wife, I was
Yeah.
like, "Excuse me," like I
And
didn't.
they do. They go.
Do you not
right
stick
in.
the
don't
little
wanna
finger
be
in
here
there?
for
Crank,
this
crank,
anymore.
crank, 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 and
Yep. There you go. There
yeah,
you go.
like a car jack.
Like I said, Q-tip about that long.
My wife's doctor is a little Asian guy. He looks like the dude from The Hangover, like that guy.
Al,
You want to
Ken Jeong.
fuck on me?
you fuck
And-
on me.
I brought him a box of chocolates for delivering my baby. That was the present. I was like, "Here's your chocolate, sir." But yeah, he stuck his fucking index finger. He just like
He did.
wrung my wife out, and I go, "Holy shit! Like, am I supposed to fight this man? I'm paying you for this, bro. Like, I don't want to be here with this
I was
ever."
going to say, why were you even in the room? They would never let me in the
It's like
room.
the first visit.
Randall's in the room with all the.
We were all. It was
Yeah.
our first kid.
Not a-
Yeah, it's our first kid, so we were all learning together. I guess I didn't have to go to that doctor visit.
Yeah,
But
guys, I
She
gotta
brought
be
you
on.
along for
I'm
moral
about
support.
to have to dip. I've got to watch Breaking Bad. I'm right at the end of it, so I'm
I
gonna
got
make
a
2 hours.
question for you
Zit.
before
I'm
you
glad
go.
you said that because
Okay.
I got to go too. I've about had it
Yeah.
with all you.
Before we all go, I got a question for the
Love it.
group.
You
Yeah.
fuck.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Jason.
So this is maybe more of a suggestion than a question, but I would like to formally propose that we stop calling them lesbians and we start calling them coctose intolerant.
I like it.
Oh,
I'm
I
all
like it.
about it. I'm good with it.
Lactose. I think they would
Bitch is
agree. I
coctose
think they would
intolerant.
agree.
She fucking
How long ago did you write that down?
girlfriend. She
Jason?
eats pussy.
He's been
She's
waiting for
coctose
that.
intolerant.
He's had that one
Yeah.
on his phone for a few
I'm gonna
months.
ask one of my lesbian friends and I'll get back to you.
He probably thought of that when he was in the green room.
She's coctose intolerant because I think she's
Domingo, the
coctose
name of this
intolerant.
episode is Cocktail.
Lactose intolerant.
Yes,
Please name
100%.
it that.
Lactose intolerance.
Yes.
All right. Well, I love you guys. I gotta go. I gotta
Nice
run.
to meet you guys and
time.
chat with you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye guys.
guys.
Love you.
Peace out,
Good
everybody.
night.
Bye.